Dalụkwa ndị ọma na-ege ntị. Ekene m nwoke kene nwaanyị wee sị ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ. A sị m mmiri ata na m azụ anwụna nke onye chiri ya azụ elu. Onye m na n'onye n'ụbọchị nke taata bụ MAP eziokwu bụ ndụ one na Biafra land. Wee sị ka ị na-join anyị biko try ya ka ikesa anya bifo onyonyo si just join, please try to share the video and also invite every other persons because we are here to do the needful. We are here to preach the gospel. We are here to tell ourselves the truth and nothing more. We are not here to please anyone, and we are not here for you to be clapping and smiling or thinking that you are safe in the country or in your anywhere you are residing. But we are here to tell you the truth and look for solution to our problem. Because the time to look for the solution to our problem is at this point. Because as you can see, it is now hitting the every person. Nobody is getting it easy now. Only those that are making it hard to our people are the one enjoying it. And we cannot keep silent or fold our hands and say nothing is happening and we can't do anything. You cannot normalize sufferness. We cannot normalize death. We cannot normalize hardship. We are blessed people, but we must realize that at a point, you need to take your destiny in your own hands. You don't need to be waiting for people to tell you what to do. You need to do something to make differences. You need to rise up to make differences. Now, I will be talking about the future of the Nigerian youth and the African youth at large. Because when we say Nigerian youth and African youth, all of us are youth. In case you don't know, from the age of 45 down to 18 years are the youth of every nation. These are the people that are making the most impact in every nation. And if you fall at this particular level of age, you should know that you have a lot of responsibilities to hold on. And these responsibilities is what we are going to do. And the people enslaved or the people that is causing this hardship to us is what we are going to discuss today. If you are joining me for the first time, my name is Mazi Achibepo, also known as MAP Ezioku Bundo, one in Biafra land. And I say welcome to today's program. It will be a total different because, like I said, this year is a new ball game. I have to amend a lot of things. If you see anyone abusing or cursing on the comment section, please don't reply the person with abuse. You can make the person to understand, or you can also correct the person and lecture the person, because as a media personnel, you owe it to your viewers to explain to them for their own understanding until they understand. Everybody must not wake up at the same time, but it is a sin or it is very bad for you to wake up and not to wake others. You can't do it alone. We cannot do it alone. We need every hands to be on deck for us to achieve our goals. Africans are blessed with a lot of things, and we are the most suffering people in the whole wide world. And I think the time for us to rise is now. On this note, I must salute the leader of indigenous people of Biafra in the person of Mazi Nnamdi Okukano, whom I call Ikukwana Fuanya, the breeze that you can see, who is also in solitary confinement in the DSS dungeon, who have been illegally detained without any trial, and he is suffering for our people and for everyone. So we owe him the duty to fight for his freedom. If you're a Biafran, you're a lover of freedom, and even if you are not a Biafra, but you are a lover of freedom, you should know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stand for you. And it is time for you to stand for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We can't continue folding our hands and watch only him suffer for everyone. He cannot be released until we, the people, make a demand for his release. And I want to use this opportunity to tell my people that are afraid that we cannot do anything now because the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is at risk. Of course, his life is at risk, and his life will continue to be at risk until Biafra is restored. So if you want to free the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from risk, you must fight for the Biafra restoration, because that is where the solution to the risk and every other things lies. Now, having said that, let's go for the business of the day. If what I am doing, you don't like it, please feel free to come in to correct me, or if you don't want, you can easily unfollow or move out, because this is a new year, and a new year, new dimension and the new strategies. We can't continue be doing one thing and be expecting different results. I say, may Chukwu Okike be my guide and protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wherever he is. And I must tell him that he must know that people like us are standing with him. Come rain, come sun. We can never back down nor abandon him. We only know that our freedom can be delayed, but cannot be denied. Biafra must be restored, either good or bad. It must come to pass. That one is what I know, 100%. It will come to pass. And I want to urge every one of you who are out there putting effort in different areas, in one way or the other, to continue. Never lose hope. Never let the silence of our people cajole you to lose hope. In every end of the tunnel, there must be a light. And after all this fight, there must be the Biafran nation. And I must assure you, and I will assure you that we are getting closer on a daily basis. Now, I want all our youth to know, to start asking themselves the question, for how long are we going to continue folding our hands and watch our people die on a daily basis? For how long are we going to fold our hands and watch our futures be mortgaged? Our futures, the futures of Nigerian youth, have been used to borrow money around the world, from every corners of the world. Have you asked yourself, how can this debt be paid? How can a country be using the future of their own youth, of their own children, of their own unborn children, to be taking loan and have no plan to pay it? There is no future. The future is at risk. When you check the rate our people are engaging into criminality, you will ask yourself, are things going to get better with these hands, or are we going to fold our hands and watch our things go like this? I want to play a video of our people, of what is happening in our land, and then we all know that this is happening in our own land, and it is the youth that will rise up. A lot of us have become coward overnight. A lot of us. Let us hear from this man first. Then after it, we will now bring Rochas in.
To wake
Let
up,
us hear from this man.
To understand that you've got the most valuable continent, and you are the most valuable resource on that continent as human labor. As you were saying that African youths are tired of colonialism. I actually think it's the opposite. African youths are not aware of colonialism because of misinformation, disinformation, and propaganda that is taking place on the African continent.
Now, I believe you listen to this man. You know, like I always tell people, one thing is to identify your problem, and another thing is to look for the solution. Any day any madman realize that he is mad, believe you me, that madness will definitely go out of the person. The moment you realize that you are mad is that moment you will now realize you will regain your senses back. And that is why many Africans are suffering today, because we have not realized our problem. We think that we know. We ought to know. We believe that we have known it already. But the truth remains that we have not known anything. We have not arrived, because any day we arrive, any day we know the truth, we will start fighting. We will start asking questions. The day you know the name of your sickness is the day you will stop looking for the name of your sickness, and you start looking for a solution. Like this, what this man said here. He said that Africans don't know that they are into colonization up till today. Like inside last year, if I'm not mistaken, I said that there is no any country in Africa that has independent. A lot of people say that, Mazi, you are saying something out of point. You don't know what you are saying. How can you say Nigeria don't have independent, Ghana don't have independent, including South Africa? I said these countries are just under some countries in Europe. None of them have any independent. Now, the problem of African youth, because the future of the African youth lies in the hands of the African youth. If we are to make difference, the current African youth, the current youth need to rise up and make the changes. When you check the people, any country that is moving forward at this current world now, you see that the people who fought for them, the people who make the changes, are their youth from the age of 45 to the 18 years. These are the people that make the changes. And today, a lot of Africans are dreaming to go to Canada. A lot of Africans are dreaming to go to USA. A lot of Africans are dreaming to come to Europe. But they have failed to ask themselves simple question. How come Americans becomes great? How come Canada become well developed? How come Europe become the giant of the world? The most powerful continent around the world is Europe. How come everything about Europe, they will target the world? If European countries fight, they will call it world war. If anything that happened to Europe, they would say it is the world, because they were able to wake up. When they were able to, one of them wake up, and they try to wake every of their people up to put them in order, so that the enemies will not pass through any of their neighbors, any of their brothers, any of their sisters to get to them. That is why when you come to Europe, you see country like Germany, well developed. You see country like France, well developed. You see country like England, well developed. Scotland, Finland, Sweden, Switzerland, Italy, all these Belgium, all these countries, all of them carry themselves along. They don't do that because they don't know how to live their lives on their separate ways. But they do that so that they will have that unity. They do that so that they will be able to fight their enemies and to defeat their enemies. But come to Africa, you will see that a Ghana man hates Nigerian man. That is division. But before we go on, let us listen to this man, because there is a lot of points I want us to get here. Then you ask yourself, as a youth, what is the future hold for you? What do you want to achieve? And who are the people who are supposed to put our people to in the right directions? Who are these people? When this man said misinformations, who are the people that misinformed us? At this place, they come in the men of God, the church's leaders, the reverend fathers and the pastors and the bishop. They played a very dangerous role in what they contributed 95% of the suffering of African at large, and the imams and also contributed to the suffering of Africans that we are the mess we are into today. The people that we contributed 75% of the problem the entire Africans are into today are the pastors, the reverend fathers, the imam, the Muslim preachers, and the pastors. These are the people who contributed 95 or 75% of the suffering the Africans at large are passing through today. Now, I want to prove it to you. Let us listen to this man. You will see it.
Continent that makes the African youths believe that their leaders are the problem instead of neocolonialism, imperialism, or the recolonization that is currently taking place on the African continent. And that happens by misinforming people, disinforming people, creating illusions for people to believe that what they see is caused by a cause that is usually black leadership and incompetence of black people, which was created in the colonial era. And sanctions are part and parcel of a device, a tool used by the imperialists to continue to ingrain the negative sentiment, the self-hate, and this infighting and disunity among Africans by attacking their economies silently with a virus, with a disease of economics that then cripples an economy, makes people feel despondent about their nation, makes people hate their leadership, and makes people believe that their leadership is not adequate and must be removed, and automatically causes infighting that allows the West to come in and intervene and take over a country.
What is the Now, I believe you listen to this very pure analysis coming from this very man. Now, what does this mean? Disinformation, misinformation, deceiving. Do you know that misinformation is more dangerous than AK-47? Are you aware that passing wrong information to the brain of children, of the people growing up, is more dangerous than using AK-47 to kill them? Now, let me tell you the danger, how dangerous of passing wrong information to the people, most especially the kindergartens, the upcoming children, the new babies that has empty brain, and they need to put something. It's like when you buy a new phone, the memory of that phone is empty. That phone will accept everything that you bring in, and in the settings of that phone, anyhow you want that phone to start functioning is how you will build it. Now, come to Africa. These people came with colonization. I ask this question here in Italy. I have asked a lot of teachers here, what is the advantages of colonization? What is the benefit? He paused for about 2 to 3 minutes. And that point, he was looking up. I knew that he is calculating on how or what to tell me, because he knows that for me to ask such question, he knows that I have something in me. He knows that I have some brain in me. At that point, after he calculated, and he came back and told me that actually the colonization have no benefit to the black Africans or to the world. Rather, it only benefits the people that bring it. Now, bring it to the current Africans. What did the colonialism or the colonization bring to Africa? 1, they bring the Islam. 2, they bring the Christian religious knowledge. Now, they planted these 2 things. These 2 things are the architect of the division you have in our land today. The Christianity and Islam is the architect of the division we have in Biafra land and the Africans at large. Now, these people planned how to capture Africa, because what they are interested is the natural resources that they will use to build their countries. Now, they push out these 2 things, and they bring out, they now tell you, oh, you should be preaching. Now, they planted the bishops, the pastors. They are now making a child in Africa to believe that his forefathers It's evil. They now told, how can you be telling a child that knows nothing that his forefathers killed people? His forefathers are evil. His forefathers failed him. That child will grow up with that anger, with that frustration, with that hatred, because the more you tell that child how evil his forefathers is, the more that child hates his roots, the more that child hates where he or she is coming from. And that anger will be accumulating. There will be a point that person will not like to hear anything about his people. He or she will start developing hatred against his own people. That is the power of misinformation. And these are the things the Western world planted on us. That is why today I ask a lot of people, why is the Christian leaders not fighting the criminality if they are righteous? Why are the Christian leaders up to today? None of the Christian leader is passing any through or any is being hold for fighting for his people, because the scripture they claim they are reading, the men of God in that scripture fought for their people. Now the Westerners, I will call them the West, the Westerners, they came and they planted this division. They make us to start fighting ourselves, and they just plant their own companies to be stealing our natural resources. There is no country in Africa that is not blessed with natural resources. All the countries in Africa has what it takes to become giants of the world, one of the most powerful country in the world. But today, a graduate is busy preaching Jesus Christ. How does that Jesus Christ have come to exist? You don't know. Who named him the Jesus Christ? You don't know. Because even in the scripture, there is no place the Bible recorded that he shall be called Jesus Christ. But they planted that illusion, that story to your brain, to be thinking that you are you are in a right position. No, you are not doing it right. You have not known the problem. The problem of the youth today is because they have not identified their problem. You don't know the name of your sickness. So first thing you will do is to look for the name of your sickness. After getting the sickness, you now look for the solution for that your sickness. Today, 95% of African youth are coward. All of them are coward because they bring religion to make them coward. They are coward because the white people planted that cowardice in them. They were deceived. They were made not to understand their right and how to fight for their right. If the pastors will be on the pulpit and be telling our people the truth about life, if the imam will be preaching to the Africans the importance of knowing every natural resources in your land, what to do with it, you will see that Africans don't need the white people to survive. The problem we have today is that Africans are, the information that they give to Africa is all about that your forefathers are evil. That is where the hatred is. Every good leadership, you are in the country. You don't need an Italian person to tell you that your president is bad. You don't need a German person to tell you that your governor is bad. If you have a bad governor, it is your right and your duty to rise up and fight for your right. You don't need to call the white people to come and help you to fight for your right. You don't need to call German person to come and help you to fight your own citizen. You don't need to invite outsider to come and fight for your own country. It is your duty. It is your right to fight for your country. Take the people who are there, who are the people doing the wrong thing, take them out. We allow ourselves to believe everything the white people said because we believe that we are inferior. We believe that we cannot do it. We believe that we can do it alone. We believe that if the white man don't come to join us to do this thing, we cannot do it. That is the one of the disadvantage of colonization, colonism, and they planted it. Until today, one of these is this: how can a pastor be on the pulpit and be telling you that a road accident is being caused by one person in the village, and you know that that road supposed to be a double lane, but it is a one lane, and the trucks and everything is passing there? Do you know that in Western world, in daytime, trucks are not meant to be running in the asphalt road? That's their federal road. Trucks are meant to be running in the night. In other words, they don't expect you that is using small car to be traveling in the night. You should travel daytime and allow trucks to run for the night. These people made their own way good, but we were deceived. Let's listen to this man again.
Africa Union, you need to stand up and take up your position. Africa is what is going to restore humanity. Africa is the hope of the world. Africa is what needs to take over, but it's not going to take over until you start taking leadership by denouncing Western death systems, Western death technologies, Western death ideologies, and starting to implement African ideologies which are supposed to lead humanity into evolution and sustainability of human life.
Did you hear that? For us to succeed, we need to be denouncing African ideology. I mean, we need to denounce the Western ideology. We need to denounce the Western, everything they bring to us. Now, for example, what are the things? That is why I tell my people in IPOB that if you see any person defending Christianity and he told you that he or she is an IPOB member, see that person as an IPOB member who have not waken up, because it's not every IPOB member that have waken up. You cannot be defending a tool that you are used to be captured. They used to capture you. You can't be defending a tool that they used to enslave you. You can't be defending something that holds you down at the same time saying that you are fighting for your freedom. It's like protecting your slave at the same time saying you want to be free. If you want to be free, you need to stop protecting your slave. That is how I tell our people. And that does not make them a saboteur. Rather, it makes them, they are living in illusion. That is why I tell our people, we must denounce Christianity, because Christianity is one of the biggest tools they use to capture the entire Africa. Christianity is one of the tools they use to enslave us. What are the ideas of the white people? They make you to believe that you should be praying to Jesus so that you will have a constant light. They'll tell you that you should forgive who have offended you. Before you can retaliate, the person must offend you 70 times 70 a day before you will now retaliate. But them in their countries, they don't know the meaning of forgiveness. They don't know what is forgiveness is all about. Once you committed any crime in any of their country, what they will do? What they will do is they will look the consequences of that your crime. They will look the penalty they put in a law that suits that your crime, and they will give you the penalty. There's nothing like I am sorry. There's nothing like this thing. And that is why we are telling you it is time for us to go back to our root. Going back to our roots doesn't mean that we are not referring to these people that are polluting the waters. We are not referring to those ones that we go and carry goats and throw it inside the water. That is water pollution. And when Biafra is restored, if you commit such water pollution, you will be arrested. We are not talking about the people that will go to our river where people are fetching water. They will go there and they be throwing all manner of nonsense in the name of you are in a family. When we say let's go back to our roots, we are not preaching to those things. Gina Gina greeting ma. We are not preaching about all those things. Now, what is going back to our root? When we are telling you, let's go back to our root, is for us to know that our forefathers are our heroes and heroines. We should respect them. Any man or woman who does not respect his great-grandfathers cannot move forward. You should respect. You have to respect your root. That is number one. Number two, what are your people? What do they invented? Our forefathers invented a lot of things. Now, it is the duty of our people. I wish we hold those things our forefathers invented. By this time around, there is something we call modelization or modification. You now apply the current science and technology that you might have been acquired through schools. Now, for example, in our land, we have oils. We have all manner of natural resources. Let me use Russia to give you an example. It is, you can come out today and say that America is the world power. Yes, no doubt about that. But do you know that America cannot stand Russia in terms of military might and the war in the current, currently now? Are you aware that if you blow whistle for Russia and America, Russia can bring America down? Do you know that what Russia produce, the materials Russia produce, each of the bomb, the missiles Russia have, they have up to 6,000 pieces of that bomb they created, and each of the bomb can wipe out Anambra, Enugu, Abia, and Imo at once. One bomb of that 6,000 this thing can wipe the entire East within 10 seconds. That the question you should ask yourself is this: the materials they used to build this thing, where do they got it from? Now they have the same natural resources we have in Biafra land. They now use their own what their forefathers invented for them. Then, and that is what they modernize. They now apply science and technology on it, and they are the world power today. Today, I can categorically tell you that Russia is an independent country. China is an independent country. America is an independent country. France is an independent country. India is also an independent country. Now, this country that I say that they are independent, what makes them independent? America don't have what it takes to attack Russia. America don't have what it takes to attack China. No matter whatever China do today, America cannot attack them. The reason is because if America attack them, they have what it takes to fight America. Why America cannot attack Russia is because Russia has what it takes to fight America. Today in Africa, you have hated your forefathers and embraced the white man ideology. The question now is, what have you achieved since you left what your forefathers bring to you? For the past 200 or 100 and something years, what have you achieved through the white man ideologies? What have you bring? What have you been able to bring to say, since I am following the white man ideology, since I now accepted this white man beliefs and everything the white people bring to us, this is what we have been able to achieve. We started going backward the moment we abandoned the inventions of our forefathers, because that spirit that invented that thing is there to guide you. That spirit that make you made our forefathers to learn that thing without white man. For example, which currently is called the kabad. Is kabad in English, I think. Knockout. Matches. You know that Nigeria don't produce matches because they don't know how to do that thing. Is matches, that thing you see in the mouth of matches is called unshegbe. Now, that thing you see there, our forefathers produce it before the white man come. Our forefathers knows how to make fire. The white man did not bring lighter to us. Our forefathers know what to do, and the fire will come out. Those are inventions. Those are discoveries, which means our forefathers are into science and technology already before the white men came. Now, if we have hold on to our forefathers, like the manufacturing of pot that they used to cook? The white people did not bring pots to our forefathers. Our ite, both itona and every kind of pot were produced by our forefathers. The cutlass and the things you are using are produced by our forefathers. Uta, the arrows are being produced by our forefathers. The float, the band, udu, is not the white people's that introduce it. The people who produce udu, the band you are using today, are our forefathers. For example, they use animal skills. And the these are the what our forefathers invented, which as of then they are inventing all those things. There is nothing like a computer. There is nothing like motor. There is nothing like this thing. Our forefathers invented Obamala. Thank you. They invented including Ogunigwe. Now, if we hold on to that spirit, because the people, those things you see they are producing are being the thing that teach them all these things are spirit. If you hold on to that spirit, that the same spirit will enable you to produce whatever you want to produce. Tobasa Susan Bean, which means you don't even know the meaning of military might. When you talk about the soldiers, go and check the population of the Russian military and check America. The people that has the highest number of military are China, not even America. And China, if you give China the chance, they will run America overnight. Because in terms of science and technology, China is in another world. So before I come on here to tell you something, know that I am a good researcher. I don't say something based on people are saying it. A lot of people reside in Europe, but they don't know even about the country they are into. But that is not why I am here. The question you should ask yourself, before you say America and China has this and that, the question you should ask yourself is, what is your own country having? China have landed in the moon. India is in the moon. America is in the moon. Do your country have what it takes to even fly above even my own height, to even be in my own height? That is 1.75 cm, centimeter, or whatever it's called. Even 1.200. Do Nigeria and Africa has it? The answer is no. Now, the risk our people into is that our youth have not risen up to start fighting, to start making moves. We allow our old politicians to be used by the Westerners, because the puppies we have as president and the governors are slaves to the white people. And we believe that what the white people tell them is the right thing, it is the right thing to use. Okay, my message, my message bụ abụlụkarịla ọsọsọ ndị Igbo, but okay, m ga na-etinye Igbo na ka m ga na-ejizi asụsụ Igbo wee na-akpa afọ those things. Now, ịbịa na the world now, ị ga-afụ that a lot of country na-aga n'iru, but African nọ stagnant. Mgbe sị gị na Africa nọ stagnant, even stagnant, ma na ha na-aga n'iru, ha na-achị azụ. Ha na-achị azụ. Now, our forefathers ahụ, these white people, what do they bring to us? How we tell in this Christianity? Now, since the arriving of Christianity, what are they delivering to our people? They are delivering our resources to the white people. They are delivering what belongs to us to the white people. We are now going from one slave to the other. Currently, we are no longer physically slavery to them, but we are under mental slavery to them. But the capacity, the brain for us to fight is no longer there because it has been damaged. That's when we ever get that now. A lot of things I believe in and in order. That ideology. You are praying for God to give you a good road. How can you be praying for God to give you a good leader? You don't pray for all those things. Because God have given you the right for you to choose. God is really choose. God is really made the right thing at the right time. Our right from our left. Our left from our right. And when anything we are like a sheep without a shepherd. And when he found doji na alopota n'aka ha. And when he doji na alopota n'aka ha, that is the colonization we tell anyị. Now, onye anọ here na agwa gị, we need to do away with a white man ideology. The first thing is to identify the white man ideology. The white man ideology. First of all, the first ideology of white man is to see yourself as inferior before them. Fully low level, ndocha. Na ndocha kagimalife, na hakageni wise. That is their first ideology. Secondly, the ideology of making their own God, your own God, and hating your own God. See your own God as evil. A God that protected you, that created you. How can that God become evil? And a God you don't know, somewhere, all of a sudden, and the Nachinke Hawa bu Ezbochi. Can there be no way compare or contrast the two gods where Manu Kebe Ezbochi and Kenabel Ezbochi? And now, Arapugi in the whole world now, that now only God that can do magic and the people will see it is the God of that our gods. Munagena bomane when Pala Kona big age conuna, Itania Nahu, Abage Bomaba, Ndochenwele. Ogosigina chinkega kanwelike aka na afugodanya muna gina bụ mana enwe mkpala akwụkwọ ga-ebe ijikọ ọnụ na tinye na ahụ gị i disappear mmadụ afudobe gị ịchọkwa ịpụta ọkwa mana ọ na-eme ogosi na chi nke ahụ ị na-efe ka na-egosi gị that na onye nwa bụ chi na ọbụla nke ahụ ị na-achọ mmadụ apụtachi gị na the evil Julia K. the evil. That is the ideology that ideology of Ngiba Poso. Leave your own God. Leave your origin. You must do it. You must, once you leave your root will leave you. No, this akọ in the Bible, the prodigal son. He rap go your father's house. No matter how akuna ni bu rap, you ga and you can only regain your strength any day you come back to that your father's house and apologize. That is why he made the black race start at 9. All the can go. Then that place I know we I blew the I back there. Now Google. We need to go back. And the man just you need to tender apology. That is why we need to go back to our roots and apologize to our forefathers, our ancestors. Then we will now follow their way. Their way mean their way. Your way of living. No. The future today is at risk. I will abandon our own. On your the government do okay. How many of you knows about Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso? Thomas Sankara was killed in France. France that Thomas Sankara is a bad leader. Now they need to European also. John Wegi today. Obundi France na Europe ya. Now this is your president, not Joblo or Jonto. They go to India. I mean Libya. Muammar Gaddafi with the best president anyway. But the same people be in Libya. That na Muammar Gaddafi is a tyranny, is this and that. Crazy. How Libya we boo that man. That akedo kanya de the Libya people. Africa need to wake up. Our youth, Amalam can get kueku, but can get go to this man again.
Africa, you need to wake up.
Young people, talk to the young
Africa, young African people, you've got to wake up to understand that you've got the most valuable continent and you are the most valuable resource on that continent as human labor. And the West needs to exploit you. It needs to exploit you as the buyers of their products. It needs to exploit your resources. And until you start protecting your resources on the African continent and those in the African diaspora come back home, start putting their money, skills, and effort to protecting the resources, making sure that no one owns our resources and we process our own resources in a sustainable manner to produce finished products that we must sell to the world, that we must use to monopolize the markets of the world so that we can take up our position. You are not going anywhere. You are not your enemy. Your leaders are not your enemy. Your enemy is the one that has exploited you in slavery, exploited you in colonialism, continues to exploit you today by magic and tricks and lies for you to hate yourself and to think that you need a savior from your enemy that enslaved you.
Now that you talk about a savior, a word to the religious leaders.
Now, before we go to that religious leaders, well, the point this man made here. Now, in Africa, we have gold, we have uranium, we have copper, we have oil, kazinku. We have every natural resources. But do you know the people that are enjoying those things we have in Africa is the Westerners? The question now is the mining, the labors that the people they are using, that this mining and everything, the people that are suffering to mine all these things are the African youth. But African youth don't know that they are suffering for the white people. That is like what Asari Tukumbo and the Tompolo is doing in the river Rhine area, this Niger Delta, protecting pipeline that we've walked from Ejo, starting from Imo, past the whole Ejo, and they go to Europe to supply them crude oil. Now, this man Agwagi that the leaders are not the problem. The problem are the Westerners. I agree with him. Do you know how to know the leaders? The leaders are not the problem. Now, all the people, the youths called the you see that from now henceforth, And when any natural resources, Tebosa Susan B, you are the most comedian I have ever seen in my life. Do you know that Russia don't currently have no weapon to fight Ukraine that get supply from Iran and North Korea? It shows that you know nothing. This your statement now will make me not to have anything to say with you again, because this year 2024 I have chosen not to be making arguments with empty brains or people that know nothing about politics and the countries on the strategies of war. Any topic I am treating, I have chosen not to be making arguments on people that knows nothing about the topic. I can only engage people who knows or who have an ideas on any topic I'm treating. With what you just said now shows that you are F9 in terms of military strategy and the war engagement. Even America, if America have war today, they must get weapon from outsiders. They cannot depend on their own weapon because that is their reserve. They will not make it to believe it is politics. So my brother, before you talk, please have brain, make a good research. At least think before you speak. Stop speaking before you talk, okay? You hear me? So you don't know the meaning of war crime. You expect Russia to unleash his military power on just ordinary Ukraine. Kitty. Do you know that as Russia is now, the Europe combined together face Russia, Russia will defeat all of them. So you don't know that. Before you met, these are the things we are talking. Black mentality. You know it all and know nothing. Yeah. You know, currently, Russia don't have weapon to confront Ukraine. Marcy, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. It sounds funny, yeah. And they don't have a weapon to confront Ukraine, and all the whole Europe that is against Russia will not send their military to go there. Do you know how many foot soldiers UK, America, and even Italy sent to Ukraine? How many of them come back? And which missile they used to eliminate all of them? Before you talk, please, no, have something. The last time I checked, was someone in the cook before they made something before he chebuche mananke. Please, Tobera Sadina, what be your name? Tebosa Susan, please. Are you a woman or man? Please indicate. I want to know, please. If you're a woman, I don't want to be insultive, please. If you just tell me if you're a man or woman, and that way I want to know something. I want to check something, please, because this your statement. You really draw something. Make it sound like someone who just come out from thick village. We must stop living in past glory. I don't use bloggers to know to make researches. I know, and I will not tell you where I make my researches. I go direct from the source. I don't go and say I watch maybe I watch a Gist Lover, the 95 richest men in Africa. No, I don't do that. We know how to evaluate and know your capacity. Okay, so that is not why I'm here. The why I'm here is now, like this man said here, that the problem is not the leaders. The leaders can be easily captured. The problem is, can African youth rise up and say, we don't want the Westerners in our country? The president cannot stop it. What is the only thing that the country needs is to come out in mass, and say, from now henceforth, no any of our natural resources that we move out from this country to any other country. And the American military base in our place, we evacuate. And everybody, like what Niger did, if the president of Niger Republic, will capitalize in what just happened, they can retrieve their country from the Western world. Totally freedom. Because what you need is when the masses come together and say, this is what we want, they will get it. You cannot fight your citizen and win, because the power of you is your citizen. But the citizen, the youth, always fold their hands and they wait. You are expecting American to come and remove your president and they install another president for you that will be doing well. No. America have their own interests. If your president is doing well, automatically America will not like that your president. If your president is doing well, automatically the Western world will not like that your president. If your governors are doing well, automatically your enemies, those people that enslave you, will never like that your governors. In other ways, they will now look for a way to instigate you. At this point, they will bring division. At this point, they will make you to start fighting yourselves. But if you say no, you can't fight yourself, and you start fighting for the betterment of that country. And these are the things I want the youth to understand, that the future and everything lie in their hands. Their future is at risk because the current governors they are having now are just slaves to the white people, and they are mortgaging their future. Can by Geji we realize there our own problem. We keep on now, we not reply. We keep on saying Russia have powerful. Yes, they have. If they don't have, they cannot be one of the most powerful nations. The question now is, what is Africa has? What is the power, military might of African at large? Is there any African country that has missiles, nuclear weapon? The answer is no. The materials that you use to produce all those nuclear weapons, where are they getting it from? All of them are in Africa. In other words, Africans don't even need the Western world to come and they don't need to buy anything. Everything they need is in their land. What they need to do is to go into it. But again, we are still praying, oh Lord Jesus, I want fire to come down and consume my enemy. God can never consume your enemy, because that's your enemy. You are sitting down praying for God to come down to consume him. That is the same your enemy is praying for the same God to come down to consume you. Do you see it? The same God come down to consume you. And who is God going to consume? None of you. The only person that can consume each other is when you get up and fight your enemy. That is the only consume you will see. Now, look at this man Nagwagi. What we are saying here? What are we trying to bring? What point are we trying to make? The point I am trying to make here now is that we, the black youth, we, the African young youth, it is time for us to rise up and take our own land by our hands, by ourselves. It is time for us to denounce the Western ideology, which is manipulations. It is time for us to rise up and go back to our roots and appeal our land, the gods of our land, so that we will now have the gold in our land, in our own possession. We mine it and we cut it. Do you know that Israel has the highest gold cutting factory in the whole world? Most of the gold you see are being cut in Israel, but Israel don't have gold. Why? Where are they getting the gold? Africans. The poorest continent in the world is Africa. The richest continent in the world is Africa. Ask yourself, why? Can you get this video before we go?
The religious leaders, you need to wake up. You have let Africa down. You have colonized Africa through a doctrine that makes Africa rely on an unseen God for their own sustenance. You have been running churches, taking tithes. You have not tried to do anything to teach Africans to produce. You have not done anything to teach Africans to produce food, to create industry, to produce solutions to their own problems. You have just been taking from their pockets and telling them to wait on an invisible God who will come and give them solutions to their problems, while other human beings are creating solutions to their own problems.
Do you hear that? I need to replay
the one that has exploited you in slavery, exploited you in colonialism, continues to exploit you today by magic and tricks and lies for you to hate yourself and to think that you need a savior from your enemy that enslaved you.
Now that you talk about a savior, a word to the religious leaders.
The religious leaders, you need to wake up. You have let Africa down. You have colonized Africa through a doctrine that makes Africa rely on an unseen God for their own sustenance. You have been running churches, taking tithes. You have not tried to do anything to teach Africans to produce. You have not done anything to teach Africans to produce food, to create industry, to produce solutions to their own problems. You have just been taking from their pockets and telling them to wait on an invisible God who will come and give them solutions to their problems, while other human beings are creating solutions to their own problems.
Enania, when I told you that the religious leaders played a very vital role in this manipulation and the deceit we are talking about, this man have said it. How can a pastor, instead of you teaching people how to be productive in all ramifications, you are telling them that God will give them job when you don't have any industry in your village? How can you be telling a graduate to start to be praying for a job when you don't have any company that is in Africa? Now, do you think that is Africans are into productivities, that African has industry? Do you think that you need to pray for God to give you job? These are the roles our pastors and our religious leaders failed, and they help the Europeans, the Westerners, to get what they want. The suffering today, when I say our suffering today, 95% of the suffering of Africa today are being caused by the religious leader. When I say religious leader, the Christianity, the Islam, they are the cause of our mental slavery. Because how can you be collecting tithe, yet you are not preaching to the people how to produce, how to manufacture AK-47? Do you know how much AK-47 is in the market? If we are producing it, when other countries are engaging, you will be shipping your own. It's marketing. You don't produce matches. You don't produce toothpick. You don't produce phone. You don't produce car. You don't produce a mirror. You don't produce even a ordinary shirt. There is nothing you will say this is African product. You don't produce charger. You don't produce slippers. You don't produce anything. But the pastor is telling you that you should pray. How can you pray for God to come and produce all those things? How can you get job? At the age of 10, the pastor is telling a young tender girl of 10 years that his hope lies in the God in heaven. How will you? That is the misinformation. You have deceived that child not to hold the government responsible. You have deceived that child to take his hope out from the government and they put it to an invisible God, God that does not exist, that his hope lies there. When we tell you that the pastors are the ones who put us in this mess, some of you don't know. Now we are talking about revolution. Which mental toughness do we have for the revolution? While the pastors are busy telling you that the vengeance are of the Lord. The white people who wrote the Bible, they say, thou shalt not kill. And they bring the same Bible with gun and bullets to you. If you don't accept it, they will kill you. They will slaughter you. Which they killed millions of our people for them to accept that weak Bible that will weak them. And when we speak, you say, oh, we are religious extremists. No, you should start thinking. Like in the few days, because I monitor everything. I followed our brother, Elochukwu Haji. Do you know that after I made that my broadcast, go and check the write-up of Elochukwu Haji. You will see that the guy is now preaching the reality. Everything, he's telling you the truth. Because I follow everybody. That's why I tell you that we need to continue, because our preaching is yielding fruit. It's not all about saga, this and that. Tell the person the truth. Don't call the person Sabo. That's why when people are saying he's a double agent, no, he's not a double agent. He cannot tell me. You can deceive others with that, but me, Maza Chevepo, you cannot tell me such in a way. Even if you call me for phone, as maybe you are preaching, let's go back to our root, and you tell me Elochukwu Haji is a double agent, I will cut call on your ear. I will cut the call, because I know that he is trying to defend Christianity. But a time will come, he will understand fully that defending Christianity is another sign of defending slavery. It's another sign of defending abomination. It's another sign of encouraging weakness. And I love the way he's now bringing the truth. Leave him, he will still come out fully. It's a matter of time, because the truth is out there. You can check yourself, put yourself when you are Christian. Christianity na bagala. Somebody, do you know that some people will not tell you that if you say Jesus the Christ, you will run mad? They make it, they tell us to the extent, tell you that if you wear a chaplet for neck and you commit fornication, the chaplet will burn you. Kita ages man now chaplet are belufi. Ejizimanya chaplet anangazi anonu we even ndị na-akpọzi ntu na jizie we na-akpọ ntu na-akpọ nwoke ibe ha ntu. That's why our people in IPOB, there is a criteria for you to call somebody Sabo. Ọbụla onye na-ekwetelo na your ideology onye ha bụrụ Sabo. And this year I have given myself that job to make sure that now all our media warrior, we must put it in order. I get position all this nonsense, Sabo, this and that. In these 3 years, I thought no IPOB as if our achievement is bringing somebody down. Once somebody stop talking, then we now come out to be clapping for ourselves. We have achieved great. No, I'm a logo man for that. We misuse every information given to us by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All the teaching Mazi Nnamdi Kanu nyelani, I misuse in every media warrior. All of us. Equity, I name brokers. People are now monta from our brokers. People are not jealousy. IPOB media. Do you know that many of IPOB media warrior people are now like Iganyenti? Because everything, we turn everything to saga. And the even me or these are irritating. Go against you. I am now here. You idea I against you na idea call marker. Abu MAP Ezokubundo 1 na Biafra land. We come here to preach the truth. Now, Obu na pastor no na pulpit. When they preach, now that na Gigaba hospital. Now government that we need industries. Get check onye ọbụla pụta na social media na me tatatatao ompa ikwape otupu efiona. Everybody will be posting the person. Even the people in Diego will now be looking for their contact. Like this our brother now. I am not jealous or condemning people that is helping him, but that is good. This guy has to not work on Aba with Mela Poliona. Before you know it, everybody want to help. That is not talent. Do you know why they want to pump money in there? To encourage more youths to become useless. Ano manu check that here there. I say na no maka no melaki ona. Mpa Everybody want to endorse him. You don't know the reason of that endorsement, so that the other youths will now live how to be constructive and productive and engage, and they start going to become useless by ekwata. That is not a talent. Oh, what? How can you feed with such thing? For example, I chete Buhari bunu OP, CD, NO, OT, TP. Everybody was around the guy, and I called myself. I said, "Is this a talent? That is not a talent." Today, where is that guy? Where is that very guy today? If I ask you, can that very talent all of you are saying this is talent, can you tell me one person that graduates from that talent to be productive, to continue, that is ready today? The answer is no. Now, hey, every person up and go G-Wagon, you are deceiving our youth again. But when I say it, a lot of you will say, Mazi, you are being jealous. Must allow the guy is a talent. That is not talent. The world are using it to manipulate. Because when you see a child of that age, when a good child or not, you see a talent. Some mothers will even encourage their children to become useless by email. Those things are nothing. Now, another of our brother can train currently. Hey, this is crayfish imported from Canada. These are not talent. These are strategies they are using to pull our children down. Now, let me show you what is talent. Now, let me show you what is talent if I will see the video. And you ask yourself, why the same people who are rushing all those nonsense, why are they not rushing this talent? Let me check if I will see the video. The person that posted it is Uncle IB, one of the content creators that is outstanding, and I must respect him for that. He is not just a content creator, but he's outstanding. Onye mme nke ọma anyị eto onye, onye mekwanụ nke ọjọọ anyị eto onye. After one video our brother Mazi Elochukwu Hachi post maka Okulora, and I said, if Okulora rejected that money through, he has done well, and I must praise him for that, because a lot of people have been bought. Now, I want to, let me bring this video to the screen. Because Animagun, he preach here, but raw truth, and I don't here, like yani. And these are the things in Choka, our IPOB medias, can engage ourselves the more this year. Can it happen to Saga? That's why can the leadership step up the games, because they are presented. Yeah, in the last 2 years, a lot of people will not like me because I don't cook and I don't me cook and I remember my humble self, and I can never be you. You can never be me. This year, Muama Potana Shige, that Napo, of man, Pogafa, wagging email of man. Imatini, Imokanu Kojo, Pogaf and wagging email Kojo. You can't beat me. The truth must be told. Learn just a minute. Because our people are malleable with talent. I want to differentiate talent and stupidity. I want to differentiate talent and the stupidity. And this is how the world is moving. This is what the world will not pay attention to you. Just a minute, and you will be beacon. Just a minute. Can go show your talent and the stupidity. Because nobody like evidence. Never like in a negotiate evidence. Now, why can not dialogue here? Just a minute, come go better again. We must know the difference between talent, stupidity. Why can not battle? Assume the file is invalid. Why can the file is invalid? Let me just a minute. Nigeria government is recruiting a lot of people. Don't try again. No phone go shuni. You just hear na the place. Go watch, eh? Better. But I think you're here. Now, this video. I need to bring this video. I need to. Why don't you go invalid or that's not bottom? Just a minute. What question you button? Give me a first. Try here again. Oh no, fellow. Then I forget about it. Man, all this kind of thing, kekwesh. Kahakwesh reading a chonye get promote. Just a minute. Pardon me for this. I really apologize. Well, now can we phone go show you? In na this place now. Here bụ a drawing. A village. Omagoshi of my ring light reflection here reflecting. Omagoshi. Man, this person draw a town, a village, lot different house near. Now that's a different house all. Here near the Nadono, Uzo dinia, flyover dinia, street light dinia, roundabout dinia. These are talent. That kind of person. This video question. Kamenya nluanya lo question bata here. Oh no bata here. Mark all of me. You question our people are fear. Nluanya lo no nluanya lo ya bata. Our people fear. Our people need to see this. There's a yeah, there's be a question. Now, that video na-ekwu maka ọ nọ na Uncle IB Maazị Jideofor ndewo aflọkwa m the message eweniwe ka ebe ọ na my WhatsApp na message dị na my WhatsApp nke bụ eziokwu ike nji agụ message most especially voice record go m nnọọ. I really apologize for that. Now, somebody where draw a village. Nime that village where say plan. One uno nine na take care this person. Anya kwesịrị ịba na under one ese asigine we street planning. Ịbata na ebe niile na Europe now. If that uno nine kuna line or dike ruler we make sure the whole road. The whole ụzọ niile connect to each other. And what they can if you goes on now, the maloze BJC will not yet back to the city. In any use if you just take Kenya, you will get to where you are going. Higher, so take care more long time. But every road connected together. These are talent. For one of our brother, Nadia State, Nlulu an engine, na generate oku. O tinyere na mmiri wee na your government Kenya Canada tin nwere ike supply a constant electricity to the entire Abia state. All these things go talent. Man, you gonna see these are slangs. Iya bụ asụsụ ndị ogbe, asụsụ ndị na-ese anwụrụ. Enwere ebe eji eje ihe ha bụrụ omenala Igbo. And that kind of things cannot contribute anything. Jideofor, I am sorry for that. My sincere apology. Menge check about the video of Mbake Jilome. These are the things our people matter, but all the very hard for our people you must understand. Just a minute. Malam na I connect on my laptop. Ejilom the video, take almost more than 2 years now, going to a year plus. So Ejilom the video one name mother when allow when they were. Tell them when allow me when they were full on me because by Ejilom the video, yeah, but very I think it was last 2 years, Kadetino me. Even Mbaka post to Okuma Kadetino na page, yeah, or call the story self na Nyawajipaki I call the story. Now, all these things are the problem our youth may face. Man, our youth have to be able to understand their problem. Now, a governor, Gapotana a state, when ebu Bokote youth, when ebu Koli youth a food daka, the condition of Nigeria Tata, on Olubehombe the youth, Ngeju Ebido, see enough is enough. Kaipota. The people question lead the revolution about Tata, question the reverend fathers and the reverend sisters. The church leaders, but are they doing it? They are not doing it because of their personal gain, because of their selfish interest, because of again. And that have become the problem of our people today. the life, the future of the youth are at risk because the people who question how to do things are no longer there. The people are no longer helping issue. The people who question Kuzulu youth where to seek for justice. Keka a reverend fathers, bishops, church, the whole church leaders in Ghana, judiciary, and now rob people on a daily basis. You tell people to start praying. If the church leaders have the preach what Matthias Ezek is preaching, believe you me, the youth will wake up. A nation can move forward when the youth have the mental toughness, when the youth knows their right. If at Europe here, the real reasons the Europeans are moving forward is because they were able to treat their youth, to teach their youth what to do from tender age. No matter how Reverend Father is, God draw our people known at this place. If your child is not interested in becoming a catechist, Reverend Father, or to serve them, there is age you will reach, then the child will now start going church. You don't carry a baby from 15 years down to church in Europe here. It is called, you will allow them to grow, to know, to decide, are they going to listen to this or not? Because Yahoo, ever confused as a child, anything you put in is what the person will know. So they train that child on science and technology from tender age. They teach her production, teach her construction, teach her how to think, teach her good and bad. You don't teach children only heavenly race here in Europe. To understand how to teach the Bible. What our people that you should put your faith, you should put everything, hope in God. No, you are the wrong teaching. Now, as soon as I check out this video, and my videos on the web here, can we better this video? The way our youth supposed to rise up, they have not risen up. Kebe Rochas Okoro channel. Rochas, we need your attention here, please. Our people need your attention. Where is there, Rochas? Now, I'm will video Rochas in I watch here. Let's listen to Rochas.
Of corruption in Nigeria. If we have to bring our culture and tradition to bear in the fight of corruption, corruption will stop in Nigeria.
Do you hear that? Rochas, who is a Muslim man and a politician, also a criminal, is now telling you that if we want to fight corruption, if we bring our culture and the tradition to fight corruption, that corruption will stop in Nigeria. Now, connect this thing with what that man said, that we need to reject the Western ideology. Atom key connect here the dots. Start to be connecting it. Rochas said here, let me play it for you to understand, because the youth have not waken up. When we say, let's go back to our root, a lot of people don't know the power of going back to your root. And the people don't know the reason why they are promoting rubbish. Negative. Listen again.
That even in the fight of corruption in Nigeria, if we have to bring our culture and tradition to bear in the fight of corruption, corruption will stop in Nigeria. For as long as we keep fighting corruption using the white man's method, corruption will not come to an end. Could you imagine?
Do you hear it? This is one of the criminal politicians telling you the truth. These people will tell you the truth, but the youth who's supposed to pick this pure truth will not understand it. In as long as you keep fighting corruption with the white man method, it will never stop. Now, the white man method told you that for you to become a president, you need to swear with the Bible. The Europeans, do they swear with the Bible before they become governor? The answer is no. And the Bible and the Quran, when they swear, how? For Europe here, you got no Nehru George, where swear in. What they will use to fight you is the court. But we now use Bible and the Quran to be holding our leaders. How will that work? Now listen to him.
They bring something from Gallery of Arts, a sculpture from Gallery of Art, and keep it in a traditional way, and say, governors, come and swear by this sculpture, that if you steal, you will die. Nobody will steal.
Do you hear me?
But if you give us Bible and Quran, we think it cannot kill us. It's very merciful. This is what we understand growing up as people.
In agency, are you listening?
And even when people go for election, the big election, if you have the police, you have the INEC, you have the army, and you have the cash, you win election, not because the people love you, but because you can buy your way through. But get all our politicians going culturally too, and say before you contest, this is what you believe in your village. I don't know what you believe in your own village. I have something in my village. When you mention the name of that thing and I stand by it, I will never break.
Are you
Today,
listening?
if election is conducted and democracy practice the way it should practice, most of us in public office will not be in public office. Because we have left our culture and tradition, and we have adopted the white man's way of life. This has become the bane of our success as a people.
Inania, I believe you listen and you understand it. If we can, you go back to that our culture. Imagine Hope Uzodinma stand before Olasio Okija. If Hope Uzodinma stand before Olasio Okija or Keapa Miliadina Ndinimo State, Njaba. If Hope Uzodinma stand before Njaba, stand from Ndibiani Nona, Arochuku, Izwog, where Pota, where Topachi, Ye had you Ebulu Dibia, where she Hope Uzodinma come and swear that he will lead Imo State, that every of your campaign, that he will walk towards them. Nema Boni Onyimo, Ima Menka. Tell me, will the insecurity and the crisis in Imo State be there? Use Amadio to swear, you will understand it. But they not deceive you. Oh, Bible. There is no power in the Bible. Bible is just a piece of wood transformed into paper and the big there. There is no power in there. But you will not to believe it. Your power lies in the gods of your land. Ask yourself what Rocha said here. As let's continue listening to Rocha here. Just a minute. Just a minute. I'm going to cheap play here, but I'm why now this video always show me. Show me another thing. Let me check if as I check, maybe we will first listen to Rochas again. Get no Rochas into
that even in the fight of corruption in Nigeria, if we have to bring our culture and tradition to bear in the fight of corruption, corruption will stop in Nigeria. For as long as we keep fighting corruption using the white man's method, corruption will not come to an end. Could you imagine where the
okay. Sorry for that. All this video can actually work better since. Now let's continue listening to us.
A sculpture from Gallery of Art and keep it now. That even in the fight of corruption in Nigeria, if we have to bring our culture and tradition to bear in the fight of corruption, corruption will stop in Nigeria.
Exactly.
For as long as we keep fighting corruption using the white man's method, corruption will not come to an end. Could you imagine where they bring something from Gallery of Arts, a sculpture from Gallery of Art, and keep it in a traditional way, and say, governors, come and swear by this sculpture, that if you steal, you will die. Nobody will steal. But if you give us Bible and Quran, we think it cannot kill us. It's very merciful. This is what we understand growing up as people. And even when people go for election, the big election, if you have the police, you have the INEC, you have the army, and you have the cash, you win election, not because the people love you, but because you can buy your way through. But take all our politicians, going culturally too, and say before you contest, this is what you believe in your village. I don't know what you believe in your own village. I have something in my village. When you mention the name of that thing and I stand by it, I will never break. Today, if election is conducted and democracy practice the way it should practice, most of us in public office will not be in public office. Because we have left our culture and tradition, and we have adopted the white man's way of life. This has become the bane of our success as a people.
Now, he is there telling them the reality. Why they are there, but can the youth start implementing it? You see the reason you are saying, the earlier we go back to our root is better for us. Now, the other man told you that if we can denounce the white man ideology, our people, the African will get their senses back. You cannot move forward with another man's system, way of life. Now, these politicians understand earlier that there is no power in the Quran, there is no power in the Bible. And that is why anytime they want, they'll say, bring us Quran, let us use to swear. Bring us a Bible, let us use to swear. Because they know there is no single power there. They know that Bible does not kill. They know that Quran does not kill. They know that there is no power in these two things. They are just a bunch of lies. What do? The white people bring it to you. That is why go and check all the 36 state governors in that contraption called Nigeria. All of them swear with only Bible and Quran because they know that is there is nothing inside. Go and check all the lawmakers and the House of Assemblies. They swear with the Bible and Quran. Now, how do you expect them to get to respect you? They know you know nothing. Now, when I am speaking about talent and the stupidity and the strategies these people are putting us together, let me show you what is talent. Here is what I call talent.
Oh no, nwanne anyị nwoke lolo ọ dị ọtụtụ ebe a ihe ọlụlụ ebe a dị egwu unu n'anya unu afụ na olili.
Now, this is talent. I cannot widen it because it cannot be wide. Now, this is what I call talent. Ask yourself, those people who are rushing people are rushing them to endorse them, to make them look talented. Now tell me, which type of talent will you get? Gini ko get produce in the future. Okay? Mpa egabayelo gije agasolo gijen. Mpa manyolo garo. Oh, oh, choi. Anagunu, these are talents. Those things are the strategies the politicians are using to make sure that your children are become more foolish and stupid. Gini kpata na nwa Dangote analeti ikwape ekwata. Gini kpata na nwa Otedela analeti o mpa ikwape ekwata aga awa agwo. Those things are not talent. But you see the rich men, those that have made it, trying to make it look as if it's a talent. That's why I use the Buhari Bunu OP, CE, GE, OM, spare Buhari. Where is he today? He is still begging in the street. How many people get anything? What does he produce with such talent? Today, a lot of people now need because actually Buhari Bunu OP, CD, they have no future. Now, this person that produced this thing, this is what I call talent. If this guy to be in China, he will be at the Science and Technology College or university in order to study more, because this person can tell you, can design a desert, and when the building is being constructed, he will be the engineer, the supervisor. You don't need to give the architect, the designers. These are the people who design. Like in place I am working, and when I got put up, shaking get Lord, Ian no into wedding. How could I now manufacture? That is the iron on a category of Dawson and Ken. Now that Dawson and Ken is under coupling. The company assembling or hang on there. So I assembly a lot of different machines, and they try. I will tell them I talk about this. Anyone can load this phone now. The parts need to load this phone. On one leg, I dash him motion now. Well, one year can able whatever I want on the whole part. Nina, SL and this na that I this phone need a say and that I and young that I yana be a sketch. You know, into Amalamo yana. Man, I think Onya no into sketch sketch with drawing. Yes, man, architect, Italy, designer. That is Indian design is something. Actually, loan a put the building designer the building now. Then the engineers. Engineers and then that hanya where now construct now one. This person now, well, he had a talent. Other school, gata school, near any go you try to do any type of estate. Thank you. Blueprint and sketches. Yes. Now, you try to look any type of estate. You try to look company. For example, refinery is a very large company. On you try to look a very big company. Onya gacha school. Onya design both the rooms, the entrance, the generator. These are the space. You don't need to push him to the school. Manager why not the people who now sponsor this guy? Why not sponsor this guy? Because this is the raw talent. This is production. This is creativity. This is productivity. This man is sponsoring. This man will have a company that will employ not less than 5,000 youth out of the street, and they will give them more brain. From there, they will reduce the unemployment. But Equata Group, how many people have they employed? Now, the government will not encourage to sponsor and advertise this kind of talent, to encourage the children, the upcoming children, to involve in this kind of brain, so that it will make your brain, make use of your brain. No, talent and our people are happy posting and pushing such nonsense. How many Yoruba people can they push such nonsense? Because they want to destroy that brain of creativities of Ndibo. They want to destroy that brain of manufacturing of Ndibo. They want to destroy that brain of productivities Ndibo. They are now making you so that Ndibo to into ikwape kwata mpamma wago ke buchalo ge tawom. All these things, Anagunu, Oshina Tinka Banye, Oshina Kapo, you think I am making noise, it's an noise. End of the day, the people got out of the same youth, the future of the youth are at risk. Very at risk. Now watch the video in details.
Nugute nne onye lụrụ ihe a bụ onye Ebonyi steeti onye a unu na-afụ ebe a bụ ife lụrụ ya nwanne anyị nwoke wepụtara n'akara aka ya ebe a wee gosipụta ihe ọ na-arụ ị na-anya efu n'ọtụtụ ụlọ dị ebe ọ lụsị lụọ ma stadiọm ebe a na-akụ egwu ihe ọ lụrụ elika lụọ ya lụsịa ya lụọ ma entrance the city lụsịa lụọ ma bridge eji across the city ị ga-eji wee ịmagonu cruise o gagharịsịa ịmagonu ka o si adị nna onye ebe ka ị bụ?
Abụ m onye Ebonyi steeti.
Kedu ezigbote afa gị?
Afa m bụ Ituma Timothy.
Ituma Timothy. Kedu abịa na Ebonyi steeti kedu be gị na Ebonyi steeti?
Ọhakwụ local government.
Okay, ka ị bụ
precisely.
Okay. Kedu ka isi wee chepụta ihe gbasara ihe anyị lụrụ ebe a?
Ọ Chukwu is my talent. Akala aka m.
Ka akala aka ụwa gị bụ ife a.
N'Igbo a na-akpọ ya agụ. Agụ Maria bụ agụ ise ihe. Agwụ o ju ebe ụwa ihe akịta bụla onye ọcha kụziri maka na echi niile unu ga-achị na ndị ọcha na-akụziri onye akịta agabeghị university ọ galo school wee mụọ ya ọ galo school wee mee ya ihe anụwa bụ agwụ bie kụziri ya. In other words, ọ bụrụ na onye agalo school wee lụpụta this thing gị onye gwa gị that na ọ bụrụ na anyị ka nọ na our root na anyamadụ Ogbunigwe. If the talent, when they tell you that only Olubelo 20 years, if I'm not mistaken, Olubelo 20 years, secondary school, Kogagucha. Now, enough Akalakianya, how many big man requests go to Nahachole Funombonya? Manafu mebe Ugomba Nwosu, Ndegelu Skibo, Alejeme Boji. So I need the number, the contact of that guy that is selling, that marketing guy. Ginu Kone Koreji. Kijebue Hawking. Nyaka, Omogina, this is spinach imported from Canada. Does that make sense to you? Is that a talent? Ugumba Nwosu was once a governorship candidate in Imo State. Now, Ginu Igwagi is now encouraging people that now a stupid thing is what you need to be pushing into the brain of our people. On your drug now, a lot of you, 95% of you, are from Ebunu Kolo the boy. Yes, the boy the good in marketing because every business have a marketing strategy, but that is not a talent. If you oppose it, come for a debate. That is why I am called MAP. I know you with facts and figures. Chinese don't see marketing strategy as a business because you can read it in school. But here on your locator, it's a talent that need to be nurtured, that need to be put more effort in order to have a result that will give people job, a result that will bring great companies. With this thing now, a lot of like places in Alolu, we have a lot of them. It's any kind of machines. I'm a be an attack how I'm on a computer 247. On your own signal into building, join mom no. Engineer nama how no, mbu seteono and web bedroom, everything adi now gidi kogalo, gidi kochalo dono. These are the skeletons of the buildings. You on your kitano, you are talent here, which means I'm going to find out a man in my street planning. Like for example, Igana main market on it, and street plan, and street planning, but they are not obeying it. Or street planning. On the street planning, street uno de ayala inokatona na agona. Uzo anagona, uzo naga to express anagon. Uzo na quarter be even when uzo will bend the corner like this. Uzo actually gonna na chalono. Because Nemolo street planning. If you take on your look, street planning none at this very sketch on your here. 100%.
N'eziokwu ngwa inwe ike ịkọwara anyị ihe gbasara ihe anyị lụgasịrị ebe a
planning. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Planning. Exactly.
City. It's a very big city.
Very big one.
afia bụ welcome to Dr. Obinna Iyegbu Obi Cubana Odogbubita City by Ituma Timothy ọmụalụ ya n'ede iche ebe nke a security post yes ebe ndị nche na-anọ na-eche nche nke a bụ first gate security post
ebe izizi ga-ebu ụzọ
ọfụma ịbata na the city ebe a ka ndị security echeke ọfụma nke a kịta bụ ụlọ chọọchị dị na the city
for example
Zion Prayer Movement Outreach
now achọm ka unu na-afụ afa ndị ọ degesi here because these names ọkpọ here kwesị ka ha take any upon themselves to encourage this kind thing. Ọkpọrọ afa Zion, ọkpọrọ afa Obi Cubana, ọkpọrọ afa Okulora, ọkpọrọ afa Uncle Ibe. Uncle Ibe have done his own part and I give Uncle Ibe kudos. I respect you a lot. Uncle Ibe jide ka iji na eme ọfụma. Ọbụlọkwa na ime nzuzu echi na mụ amapụtakwa dọgị vam jukwa ese enwere m friend nke eji enwe enemy. Ikpọ m imekwala ọfụma nto gị. Ọkwa hie ka nna wee gwa gị na nke Okulora mmebe anyị reject ego akwụrụ ya ka o jee tawa Maazị Nnamdi Kanu alụ n'ike no reject ya marakwa m bụ eziokwu because ihe many people na-eme na abụ ha banye na nsogbu ha chụọ one way or the other iju eto Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ka people wee nwee ike support ha because that very post to maka Okulora uche m na-agwa m nọ maka this COS issue but o ji wee bịa kwuo good about Maazị construct that lie because Okulora is very smart in lie. Echeta m ihe o ji maka Akwa Ibom Airline so ana m enyocha before nto onye ka m fugodu the next step o ga-eto eki because o nwere ike ọ bụrụ maka ka e wee yala ịdozi na vam because afọ m na na-adị vam and onye ọbụla na-ada vam na-achọ ebe ọ ga-eji wee nweta supporters. So you cannot come at this point to deceive people like me. I ga-enyocha godu ga-enyocha first. But ọ bụrụkwa na eziokwu ka ị na-ekwu kudos to you. Ma ọ bụrụ na achị mkpọ na for you. Ka anyị na-aga nụ MAP onwere onye ifuru iru ya. Hate me this year, you hate yourself.
Maria ọ dị ebe a. Nke a kịta bụ radio station.
Okay.
Radio station bụ nke a. Nke a kịta bụ bank.
Okay.
N'elu ebe.
Nke a bank, nke a ATM ọkwa ya?
Yes sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ngwa na-agakwa.
Nke a kịta bụ n'afịa. Afịa bụ Chief Alex Iyegbu Villa.
Okay.
Ya bụ residential building ebe ọ na-ele gasị ndị mmadụ.
Okay. Nya iri ka office ni.
Yes sir.
Okay.
Nke a kịta bụ shopping mall.
Okay.
Shopping mall. Nke a bụ Alex Iyegbu shopping mall.
Okay.
Nke dị n'Odogbubita City.
Okay.
Nke a kịta bụ welcome to Okulora Ndị Igbo Global Hospital.
Wonderful.
Nke dị n'Odogbubita City.
Okay.
Ndị gasị anya kịta ya afụ na the hospital n'ọma mma. Nke a kịta bụ ihe na-akpọ ya bụ unit building. Ị na-anya kịta mana ofuzi nke ka o bu. O buchekwe ma solar light.
Solar light. Ya bụ ihe anyị tigasị ebe a.
Yes sir. O solar distin ya dị ya.
Wonderful.
Unit building.
Okay.
Ya bụ Ebonyas ndị bịa na the city bụ ndị na-anọ ebe a, ndị na-ebi ebe a.
Okay.
Ebe a ka ha nọ.
O nwere ihe nchọ ka pay attention na this thing this guy na-egosi here. Achọrọ m ka pay attention. The straightness, the how neat the building, how the everything is ready in order. Then they pay attention to the roads. If you construct what the road, actually keep pay attention to all those things.
Na-agbakọ ma na-ezi ike.
Okay.
Nke a kịta bụ fire service.
Okay.
Fire
ka onwe ihe menụ.
O bụrụ na onwe ihe menụ ọkụ ụbịa ma ụmụ ihe ebe a ka ha ya nọ. Ebe ndị
a ga-esi wee pụbasịa
jebesịa ebe ọkụ na-enye nsogbu na the city.
Ọ dị na my city here.
Nke a kịta bụ Luxeus na ebe Luxeus close.
Okay.
Ebe Luxeus bi na the city. Ebe o bi na the city.
Ịlụkwala ezigbote ụlọ ebe ahụ. Ifụ na alụrụ Luxeus ebe a. Ọgbọkọ obele ife o.
Nke a kịta
ka e nwezi plane a ọ Luxeus nwezi.
Mba nke a dị iche nke a bụ airport. Mana m na-abịa nka nkọwa nka. Nke a ine anya na ụlọ nke Luxeus a kịta na swimming pool n'elu ya ebe a na-egwu mmiri. Ebe nke a bụ ebe
a na-ezu ike.
Ebe a na-ezu ike. Igbuche mmiri ọ bụ n'ike wee pụta ebe a bịa zụọ ike. Nke a kịta bụ ụlọ nke Obi Cubana. Obi Cubana. Ine anya kịta na ebe a ka ndị ya Dr. Obi Cubana Palace. Ebe a ka ọ na-ezu ike the city.
Okay.
Nka solar
panel.
Yeah.
Iti kwa n'enu ya.
Yes sir.
Okay.
Nka kita bu this airport. Airport. Nka ne welcome to Barrister Ebele Iyegbu International Airport.
Okay.
Ya bu afa the airport.
The airport. Okay.
Ya bu nka bu airport ya.
Okay.
Airport.
Okay.
Nka kita bu overhead tank odina the city.
Okay, itinyinya ihe kan na supply no mmiri ni.
Yeah. Everywhere na mmiri na aga na like mmiri na the city. Nka kita bu flyover.
In Afia.
With street light.
If you not the casino.
My street light.
In Napoli roundabout.
Conduit wiring come here.
Wonderful.
Conduit wiring where be half wire anya. Everything there but okay na chama no conduit. Conduit wiring.
Wana agakwa.
Nka kita bu another unit building.
Okay.
Nka kita you can rent it, anybody can stay. Yeah. Nka kita bu nkem.
Okay, nke go.
Maka na mamba wona we maka na
we aka na o.
Aya maka njiwe tinye nka ituma Timothy imeta.
Okay.
Close. Ya o avenue. Eba nka mwa na no. Nka kita powerhouse ya. Eba kita iya connect everything there ba or powerhouse ya be.
Eba ka o si weputa.
Yeah. Gago there ba. Onwe kam mmepe gate ya. Obukwa rolling.
Now, he watch real talent. Una free your talent. Can you compare this thing na ekwata aga ma awa agwo mpaka ntelu gi put colors. Shim. Aye, mpa aga nyelu gi je. You got compare these two. Now, do you see the difference between talent and the stupidity? If we the two things, if we count you the different. Now, on when you hear motor here. Negodanya here, can you at the motors into enolu? If you not double lane. Now, kudos to Itima Timothy. All the way from Ebonyi State. Oh, my feeble. Man, you go don't make one simple question. Gini patano kulo repost to this thing. Gini patana Lozeus repost to this guy. And all the chalohono. Gini patano Obi Kubana repost to this guy. A man Lozeus post this guy. Obi Kubana post to this guy. Mafia. All the people up of Kashilafa will post to this guy. A man, this guy attract the government their sponsor to university of his choice. And Oga University where there is talent. Onya ga chakapu. Onya ge build. Onana Shik Africa wake up. This because once we restore Biafra, a lot of demolition will take place, and the government will reduce everything. Or they demolish your house in the homeless. Government will first of all roll on all states in the teacher. Then these are the engineers. The natural at the city. How the city, how beautiful the city will look like. Then the engineers are low. And demolish your house and you go to get big no. Go there. There. This is the replacement of your house. And when you come not 3-story building, I only 1-story building. Think at this demolition but we need to train them ahead. But John Wegi, why are the people not promoting this guy? Why is this guy not making waves? This kind of talent, under carpet. Here need just small touch of education, small touch of university, small touch. You may hear about underground wiring. In the Europe, and I for wire no, and when they can millions of what pole wire weather. Mana, I push here. Tunde not cannot post this guy. Because in the upper go to laugh and when he post to here, how will he make it? These are the problem. The future of the youth are at risk. Is the future coming? Now let's go back, Kaiga, to the natural resources what we have in our land. And we'll eventually go soon. And everybody is forming busy. Everybody, as I'm waiting, let's hear from
the fight of corruption in Nigeria. If we have to bring our culture and tradition to bear in the fight of corruption, corruption will stop in Nigeria. For as long as we keep fighting corruption using the white man's method, corruption will not come to an end. Could you imagine where they bring something from Gallery of Arts, a sculpture from Gallery of Art, and keep it in a traditional way, and say, governors, come and swear by this sculpture, that if you steal, you will die. Nobody will steal. But if you give us Bible and Quran, we think it cannot kill us. It's very merciful. This is what we understand growing up as people. And even when people go for election, the big election, if you have the police, you have the INEC, you have the army, and you have the cash, you win election, not because the people love you, but because you can buy your way through. But get all our politicians going culturally too, and say before you contest, this is what you believe in your village. I don't know what you believe in your own village. I have something in my village. When you mention the name of that thing and I stand by it, I will never break. Today, if election is conducted and democracy practice the way it should practice, most of us in public office will not be in public office. Because we have left our country.
Now, Atom Kawa people watch this video. Because when we Nigerian youth rise up, the world are ahead. Here the world on a plant now. The world is going ahead. Man, Africans are still praying for God of Elijah, God of Isaac and Jacob to come and give them. Yeah, but timber on your land. Which company, which people? Now watch here. 1 trailer, 2 trailer, 3 trailer, the 4th trailer, the 5th trailer, the 6th trailer, the 7th trailer, the 8th trailer, the 9th trailer, 10th trailer, 11th trailer, 12th trailer, 13th trailer, 14th trailer, 15th trailer, 16th trailer, 17th
Our forest
trailer
is gone, completely gone.
18th trailer, 19th trailer, 20 trailer, 21 trailer. Now, this is 21 trailers loaded of timbers. And the youth are crying, there is no job. The function of the trailers, and all those things here for here now, the villages, the communities, I have let's see this thing, and we idea what have gone out of their forest. Mazi C2, you can come in. Or should I send you the link? If you want, I send you the link. If you want to call in, you call in. Now, the youth where these timbers are being carried out, are being harvested, they are not aware. Now, who are the people that will position them? Who are the people that will tell them the value of timber? With the timber, you can, all the doors, wardrobes, the bed, the chairs, everything, all these things come from timber. Roofing and everything, all these things come from timber. Everything come from timber. We have our brother here, and Mazi, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Send the link in YouTube. Maybe if I would like to come so that we can discuss this project that you are doing. It's very, very important. So, you know, it's not a program for one person, because good head, 2 heads are better than one. Even if anybody that reason very well can even join, because program like this, we don't leave it for one person. There's some important things that you touch that bothers me, because I've been watching, you know, our ecosystem in Biafra land has been destroyed, but people don't know exactly the repercussion we are going to face. If you watch now, you can see in the zoo particularly, we see there's too much wheat. It wasn't like this before. If you notice before, There was when there is a heat, you can see you will get a breeze. You see the wind can touch your skin.
Yes.
You know, but now you will see if you watch in the zoo now. If you see now there is no wind anywhere. If there is too much that heat, you know. So these are the timbers. These are the forests who stop who bring the breeze from the ecosystem down to the cities to make sure that it's scale. Because people don't know, you know, all this is we are saying. Our people, they think maybe we are just from another planet, or I don't know how they reason. But we have seen it. We that are that have moved around in the whole world. We have the opportunity. It's not because we want to be in the Western world or other African country. We want to be in our own land. We have seen it all from the white people. We have lived with them. Mars, you and I know that where you live now, you can't just go and cut a tree. There's people who is their job to go and cut a tree.
Exactly.
You can't just go and cut a tree. Yes, everywhere in the Western, if you cut a tree, you go to jail for that. Even you cannot even cut a pigeon. It's a squirrel that we hunt back home as a big meat. You can see them coming closer to you. You can't even spring them. You can't even hunt them. You know, but these people left their own land. They came to our side. They cut all these ecosystems. You know, our people don't know that. All this, man, say, you know, it pays me some time. It pays me some time that I still can't sorry here. Who do we offense? How do we get here? How are we going to solve this problem?
That is.
And where? Yes, Maz, you want to say something?
That is, we only offended our ancestors by abandoning them. Let me tell you the reason. As you are now, I believe you are a father, right?
Not yet, Maz.
Okay. Let's assume that you are a father now, and you suffer to train your child. You rain beat you, sons meet you, everything. You fall for bicycle, you fall for machine, you have car accident in order to fetch for that your child, so that your child will have a bright future. We live life, a comfort life. And you succeeded in giving your child that bright future that he desires, that he deserves. And all of a sudden, that your child starts giving me the glory and say, hey, Mazi Achebe, all thanks to you. Because of you, I am where I am today. And I contributed no time. And I have not done anything for that your child. And all of a sudden, your child is now praising me and say, my father is an evil man. I hate that man. That my father is the reason why I did not make it on time. You are the reason why we are still in this. And he's giving me glory. How will you feel as a father? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, but it's very sad.
You know,
believe you me.
I know this question. I know it's not you. I know you know everything, but this message is for our audience. I just use you so that our audience will understand the reason we abandon our forefathers and we chase Christianity. And we think that our forefathers will be happy with us and continue to bless us. They will turn their back against us. That is the suffering we are suffering today.
Yes, Maz, like I said, you bought a lot of things, and it's very, very important for we that has been. We have learned, and I'm proud to listen to Onyendu through when he was preaching. We don't sleep. We don't do another thing than to listen to his preaching. Like what you just mentioned now is something we can. Sometimes I ask my people, I ask myself question: what is this that our people are not understanding? Who is going to tell them for them to understand? Now let me go to why we say go back to our root and where how we find ourselves into this quagmire. You know, when we say go back to our root, and then when we try to advocate for what belongs to us that's been taken away from us, our identity that's been taken away from us, people think we are going back to our route, maybe to go and they start digging up the I don't know what they are thinking. Maybe start to digging up the grave of dead people that have been died or something like that. The answer is no. Now, people, first of all, let me give this instance. It's very, very important because when I start to tell people what going back to our route and who we are before the white man came, it's first of all more than a 1 year. I know you understand what I'm saying.
Exactly.
More than a 1 year. It's a very big taboo in Igbo land. That's number one. Two, if you committed an adultery in our land without telling anybody, there must be something that is going to be happening to that particular village or that particular anywhere you committed that atrocity. This is what our ancestors leave for us. It's there. When you committed any atrocity in any way in Igbo land is a blessed place, but people don't know these things. When you committed this atrocity and nobody sees you, there must be a repercussion. The land himself will be worried because you need to cleanse that thing away from that land because it might start affecting other things. It must start affecting the river, it must start affecting the crops, it must start affecting even human being himself. So that is why when something goes wrong, they need to call up the chiefs and the people who knows how to clean it and clean it up so that it won't affect our land. Now, all those things has been, vanished away by our this religious leader, this bunch of criminals. I will say, sorry that I call them, but I have to say
we have chosen this year not to be abusing because they say we abuse. So we want to be polite and address them so that they will understand too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, those things you say is what we have. We are afraid of before. I grew up in the village. I know exactly what I'm telling you. These are the things we are afraid of before. One of them is when you go try to go and sleep with your sister, or that is sacrilege. There must be consequences for that. If you left it, you will start tormenting every person. You will start watching every person until it is clean. This thing I'm telling you, the crime is still in our place. For cleansing, not for any other thing. When you commit that atrocity, you don't clean it, it will start affecting other things. Yes. But now, our people are seeing it as a temporary. Our people are beginning to see it as something we can laugh at. If you watch out what is happening in social media, this particular man, I don't know if you're following them. You will see somebody be proud that he sleep with his sister. Mazi, you will see somebody be proud that he's sleeping with his sister. This is where I got me worried. This is where I begin to ask myself that something is wrong. Definitely something is wrong.
Exactly.
Now, how are we going to correct it? We are going to correct it by beginning to lecture our people, just like as we have been here. They are listening. We have to carry this message. Forget about whatever people are saying about us. Forget about whatever they are talking about. I don't even listen to whatever they are. We have to go back to our root so that when the example now is, the example is what Rochas was telling you now. He knew, as big as he is, he knew all those things. He knew. But you see the way he's bringing it now. Don't you see that what we have been preaching, go back to our root? They are listening. They know that this is who we are. They know that whenever you committed an atrocity in the name of those two things they are holding, one is Bible, one is Quran, there is no consequences. But whenever you committed atrocity with the gods of the land himself, there is consequences for it. That is what Rochas is trying to let you know. There is consequences. Yes. Now, why I'm saying all these things is this, because they came to, bring the ways of the gods, the white people. This is the atrocity, the most atrocity in this planet Earth. The most atrocity in this planet Earth is this thing they bring for us to be worshiping. As whatever they call it as a religion, that was the worst atrocity we Igbo people have faced till today. That was the atrocity. Because if they could allow us to do our own thing, the way our people are worshiping, the way our people follow their own tradition, we wouldn't be here today. Because before you went to do your brother evil, you will think about what was the consequences? But today, our people don't think about the consequences of what they do. That is why we say, let's go back to our religion. Going back to our religion is not, nobody tell you to go and dig up the grave of somebody that died for many years. No. It's for you to respect the land so that our land will hold you responsible in whatever you have committed. That is why we say, go back to our root. That is what it is. You don't believe that the land and they take their own duty and witness all those things. That is why they told you that you should go. That is why they tell you that you should go and start moving all the war artifacts that has been for decades of years. Our ancestors have been using it to. This is the way of our life. They will tell you to go and remove them. That is your problem. They will tell you to go and destroy them because that is why you are not progressing. They will tell you to go and burn them because it's holding your destiny. That was a lie for Christ now. It's a lie from the pit of hell. Jesus has nothing to hold anybody's destiny. Rather, it's a historical artifact that can show you who you are as a people. Now, I have stated this one because of when people are arguing about these things, we send this place for them to listen. Because that's who we are. We cannot run away from who we are. You cannot run away from who we are. None of us can run away from it. We must go back to that who we are before the ghost of our land. You just listen in here now that the ghost of our land is standing with us. Without you saying it, without me saying it, don't you know that it's truth? Can't you see what is happening? Look here now. You that is you hearing my voice, without somebody telling you, don't you know that something is wrong?
Why not? I know.
We have offended our king. Don't you know that our land is bleeding? Don't you know that these people have disrespected our land? Our ancestors are angry. I don't need somebody to plead for me. I don't need a future. I don't need to go and confront anything to know that our ancestors are angry. This is not the word of their life. We have defeated from the word of their life. And we are facing the consequences. These are the consequences we are facing today. And we are going back there to please them, to say to them, I am not ago. You people are not wrong. I am not saying. Let me differentiate ancestors here now. Before people will say, okay, what about the ancestors? And let me tell people, there is no our ancestors that killed twice. That's the first lie these people used to deceive our people. See, I will not be alive for people to lay allegation on people that have passed. You have to give me the proof. I have asked people, give me before I nail you, give me the proof so that I can use and go and do my own research and so that this is the proof before I can speak on it. But as far as I'm concerned, somebody will come from across the Atlantic Ocean. I said to you that he discovered River Niger. He discovered River Niger. And I asked them, these are the things they taught us in school. Mango Park discovered River Niger. But Celeste stopped the killing of police. These are bunch of lunatics who are pedophiles in Europe. Trying to discover something that what happened with those rivers? Our ancestors has been there fishing, washing in that river. So what did that river call before the white man came to discover it? This river that Mango Park discovered. What was the name that our ancestors are calling it before the coming of Mango Park? What was who was can give us the witness of Mary Celeste? Who came to stop the killing place? We have wives now. We have wives. We have learned. We have wives. We have come to stop this rubbish that they bring to us to deceive us because they see us against the coward. Because they see us that we cannot reason. Because they thought that there is no black people that can reason on this planet Earth. As I am telling you, this is how they see us. But we have stopped to tell them that we can reason. The only thing that is stopping them is the only thing that is stopping us from reasoning is because of the infection they infected in our people. Because of the damage they have done to our people. Because of the grudge our politicians have been taking from them. They And that is why our people are facing this danger. Anybody is in danger in Nigeria. If anybody that is hearing my voice, as an Igbo man, you are in danger in Nigeria. If not the coming of Mars and African and IPOB. Potentially when you go by now, you come on to fly that don't you know? But like, we have to stop that rubbish because it has been coming. Are you not seeing the atmosphere? As an Igbo man, are you not seeing the atmosphere? You know, Nigeria. Do you have to tell you anything? You have bread. What is that your bread? Is that your sport doing? Is it there for you to be yapping on social media to be gossiping? Is it there for you to be accusing people wrongly? Is it there for you to be following some idiots like a goat? Is it there for you to be can't you listen? Can't you sit down and think? That is number one. Number two. The thing you said about the young boy that that manufactured those things, that is what we call talented. It's been born. Remember what I just said of tell us that we are born talented from the bottom, from the womb of our parents. That we are born talented. You know, when you preach all these things, people does not understand what Mati preach. They only stand there to listen when you call Nigeria people with that. That is where our problem lies. Our people cannot reason. Reason, they don't have any sense again to reason, to articulate one plus one, to add it together, to know that okay, this is what it is. Our people cannot reason. This is what we call talent. This is talent. Yes, it's different from criminality, it's different from Yahoo, it's different from marketing, it's different from many things. And we said a lot of things that we people we know well. We have something to go home today with. This guy you see now, he made a comment that people will not see him to push him more further. That you mentioned one person's name that at least you commended him. The only people that said they want to see him, I said I don't know that's how you put it. They will not. They will not commend him because he's trying to do something that is good, because he's trying to show people that he has talent. That is the reason why these billionaires and these politicians will not commend that boy. The only thing they will commend him, they want you to believe that they are good people, these politicians, they want you to believe that they are good. If that guy was walking on the street, you will see somebody will video him, they will come, they will say, okay, one politician, one billionaire, they are all hypocrites. All of them, all these billionaires you see in our land, they are being groomed by the people that they are oppressors, the people that are oppressing us. You know them. These billionaires, this money is made in our land, not all of them. There are some people who made their money in a genuine way. You see these billionaires in our land. Believe me, if you put an investigation today in our land, you will see that these people saw their hands. Are you not to hear when Obi Kubana was associating with Abakari? Are you not to hear? When Obi Kubana was associating with Abakari, Paul, what was the activities of Abakari in our land? What was his activity?
Killing our people, harvesting their organs.
Okay.
Mazi, that issue of harvesting of our people's organ is my tomorrow topic, and I have the videos. Although I will still make a contact because some of the proofs that I needed for the program, I have lost them with my phone. So I will try to contact one or two people. But the video is here intact, and the harvesting of organ and the risk ahead. That is my tomorrow program. You know, yesterday I announced my return for program, and this year I tell people it's a new ball game. I mean business. I want to show the people that what IPOB Media Warriors stand for, and I want to correct a lot of impression that will make people to know that we are well loaded. We learn a lot from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No, there is something. There are reasons why we are called media warriors. There are reasons why Nigerians, government, and their brand envelope are afraid of IPOB Media Warriors, and I want to return that glory so that our people will be going back. IPOB Media Warriors are known for researches and the exposition of Nigerian government and the evil individuals that the Nigerian government are using. Mazi, I want you to use 2 minutes or 1 minute to tell me what you think about the video you are seeing on the screen, where over 21 trailers loaded with timbers going out from our land to unknown destination, which we know that it is going to be exported to the white man's land for them to be used. And I am very sure that the village, the communities where these timbers are being caught, are being taken away, their youth are not aware of this, and their king is aware, and the people are suffering. There is nothing like the share of the youth, and these things, when we are crying, there is no job opportunities, and people are coming into our communities to harvest our own natural resources, because me and you knows that the books and we are using are being generated by the books from the timbers, the chairs, the wardrobes, the even buildings, most especially in foreign countries here, most of their buildings are wood, but a lot of people don't know. What do you have to say about this very video you see here and the lack of action by the Nigerian youth, and nobody is questioning the whereabouts of their natural resources, about how they use the what belong to them, how it goes? Nobody cares. Mazi, can you just address this issue, my brother? Go ahead, the floor is yours.
Number one is, I will give you an instance. During Muhammad Buhari regime, he said that we are taught in the circle. Remember?
Exactly.
That's number one. Two is this: we have a very big problem. Very, very big problem that we have a very big problem in our hand to solve. And we have been trying to solve it now, and we have to follow it up. One is this: we are a color in the circle, so that everything in the circle is always been, militated in this surface of this planet Earth. That is what it means. Now, these timbers you are seeing, these timbers that you are seeing now in our land, that is being moved out about 21 lorries taking them. These are first of all, these are hand timbers. Some of them are mahogany, very expensive timbers. Some of them are
better.
Have their names. Now, first of all, these are the reason why you have military checkpoint in our land. They feel that they can do everything. I'm just giving you instance why all these things are happening and why these things are going. If you watch in our land, there is no many development in our land. There is no any many development in our land. What we have there is military checkup, police, barracks, GSS, army, SARS, everything combined together in one tiny places they call Southeast to checkmate us. So, and no international present as a media or any other thing to watch exactly what Nigeria is committing in our land. This is where we need to be tackled on.
Mazi, sorry to interrupt you. My apologies. There's something you said. You said there is no international bodies to checkmate the activities of what in our land again. Please, can you just repeat that phrase?
Yeah, I said there is no international media. There is no international presence. When I say not as in their
okay.
Like media is very, very important.
Thank you, my brother. Before I want to borrow. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I want to borrow one of your minutes to just say something. Yeah. Now, the reasons why there is no international media to cover those things is because we have not called for the attention of international media. And I can assure you that if we do something that we attract the international media will be there. Because you don't expect international media to be covering a scenario that you are comfortably living with it. You can only attract the international media when you rejected such scenario, when you cut off such an act. For example, these timbers now are being sponsored by the international communities. You don't expect them to cover this. What you need for them to cover this, the youth where these timbers are being carried out need to mobilize themselves and stop the harvesting of their timbers. And the places where the oil are being drawn need to come together to stop it. At that point, there will be it will affect the international community. The moment it affects international community, they will now come with their media to know or to propagate either true or false, at that point, other people will now be paying interest to know the truth. Then you have international media and the counter news. It will draw the attention of the people. So I don't expect the international media to be where there is peace. No, where there is no peace, you will expect them. But for now, we are living at peace with our enemy. That is the problem we are facing. So I just want to chip that in, that the reasons why there is no international media is because the people have not rising up to demand. Because when there is a NSAS, the international media carried it because the people rise up, but the people failed international media because the point where the world now focused to see what will happen, the people now went inside and some of them start stealing Indomie, crayfish, salt, pepper, and the international media have to go. And that is why there is no any achievement that came out from the NSAS. If the people can stand on their feet to do something, believe you me, the international media will be there. Thank you, Mazi. Right on. Continue.
Yes, Mazi, I totally agree with you. 100%. You said it all. But that is the reason why I call it international media. Despite their horrific way of life, there are still some good ones among them.
Exactly.
Not every black man is your brother. Believe me, there's white people that you can speak to. I'll speak to them. I know what they told me regarding Biafra issue. When I meet them, some of them have asked me, even at work, why am I so angry? I speak to them. Look at Britain kill about 7.2 million of my people. Some of them are shocked. I speak to them. And I see how they react in other things. Not every black man are your brother. Don't you see the perfume in Abia State, the deputy house speaker? Don't you see what he's dishing out? But with an Igbo man, with the name of Benjamin Allo, don't you see his rubbish? So that's why I say, not to give a lot us to understand, not every black man is your brother. And not every white man is your enemy. There's not any other thing. There's still the kind of make us to understand all this. This is there. He said, despite Britain is a very horror country and all that, there is still some good ones. You don't mention their name. There's still some good ones there that are always oppose some certain things. This is where I'm coming from. Now, why I say there's no international community, you are right. Our people need to rise up in some certain things to bring the eyes of the international community. Yes, something must happen. But whereby our people are being subdued, whereby if you want to rise up, they will use the tobacco and all this military. This is the reason why the military is in our land. Do you think that this PG and the Igwe, first of all, before you come into somebody's community, the PG, you have to alert the PG has to alert the Igwe. I think I'm right. Or even before PG, whichever one, either the PG or either the PG, then the PG will take the message to the Igwe. Igwe is number one. Igwe does nothing warrant Igwe to hold the staff of governor. For a governor. The staff of governor, Igwe does not supposed to hold it.
Mazi, right on, I'm coming. I said, go on, I'm coming. I want to do something.
So, okay, because these people have sold their birthright. That is why you see these Igbos today are nobody in front of everybody. They have sold the birth of their right because Igwe is bigger than governor. This is who we are before. Igwe is being covered by the community himself. Before you come into community, you have to see the Igwe. The Igwe they have to give you the authority to come in. Before you have to bring any development, you have to see the Igwe. But today, our Igbos are holding the staff of Africa and buying them SUV, changing their wardrobe. Why do you think if they see those rocks, those timbers, those mahagonis, those solid mineral resources that were supposed to, ecosystem that was supposed to protect our land, has been taken away? Why do you think they will say anything? They won't say anything. Even if the youth try to confront them, they are the one that's going to go and bring military and DSS to come and be arresting and killing our people. These are the things we're supposed to be knowing, because I know the problem of my people. When they said, I've told people that I knew if I have the opportunity today to say, Governor Ndigo, you're not going to take me 2 minutes I will do something that the whole world will marvel. I know the problem. I know where to go. I don't need nobody to say to bring. I know exactly where to go. I know our problem. Our problem, I don't need somebody to tell me. It's there. It's working us there. That's the problem. You have the PG and these politicians in our land. They are the problem we are facing. Do you think you can just go to another country and go into their land and take their these laws and begin to export it to another country? You can't do that now. You can't get away with that because Nigeria is our problem. Understand it? They have made our land uninhabited for us so that we'll be running away. They have made our land where they will be killing our people so that when you rise up to say something, they will kill you. This is the reason why our youth have no courage to rise up. Except the coming of Martin Nambikan, people are beginning to see. The problem has been there. If the Igbo can say, stop, you cannot come into my land to take all these things, and the youth will back him up. Who is going to fight the Igbo? Nobody. But whereby the Igbo himself are the one fighting the community. The Igbo have all this work you see going on. The Igbos are having this year. The PGs are having this year. They have the share of all these things. The politicians is aware of it. So what do you want us to do? That the people that were supposed to say something are not saying something. When ordinary human being make a video to say something, they will use GSS and police to be harassing him. What do you want our people to do? So this is the subdue. Nigeria wants to subdue our people so that we can have fear, that fear, so that we cannot speak. Not until the coming of Onyen Duma and Zenam Dekano, and then what we did was to remove that fear into our eyes. That is why you see people can speak today. Before, so you can't mention Biafra. It's a taboo in our life. You can't even mention it. But today, everybody can boldly say, I'm a Biafra. Everybody can boldly say, I'm a Biafra. This work you see going out in our life, it's as a result of Nigeria trying to destroy our land. That is all. Because our youth can say enough is enough. When our youth rise up and say enough is enough, it's the same the beauty. And we will go and tell the governor. The governor will bring military. I was about to bump into one conversation one day, whereby people that are ruling us say that MSC about military. I'm telling you, somebody I say MSC about military. You see? This military that you are bringing, who are those military? So, I know the problem of my people. The problem of my people is Abuja himself. It's Nigeria himself. Because it's as a result of Nigeria who bring hope of them. Somebody like who our people say, okay, we give you this mandate to rule, to take the affair of Imo State. To take a say. And somebody in Abuja who is to say no, you must put this criminal there to destroy that land. We must put it. Why they didn't change this kind of order now? Because they know the uprising, they can't hold it. They knew. Why they didn't change it? Why they didn't remove non-control candidate and put their own continue candidate? They can't because they know the consequences. And when the consequences started, who are the people who are going to bear the brunt? They will start killing our people. They will start running their businesses. So that's why I said to you, Nigeria is the problem of Nkiribu. Until we begin to understand it, not our people. Our people are made a scapegoat. Our people are made the victim here. We are the victim of Nigeria because we are ready to take away these criminals in our land. But before you start, they will go and bring their power. These governors and these politicians, their power is military and police and GSS. We are ready to give these people also in our land. That is the problem. Allow us to take the responsibilities of our own destiny. We will do it. We will do it. But ask yourself, why do you think they always bring military and police? Because this is to tell us, this is why I will leave it.
You have explained a lot, and I believe our people are listening and they are learning. And let me read what our sister wrote here, Asadimma. Do you expect them to work against their interests? If the timbers will benefit them, where are the timbers transported to? Exactly, because that is why the people that is harvesting the timber are the people that are making it difficult for our people. Now, like what our brother said here, Mazi Situ, the problem of our people is, number one, they allow themselves to be intimidated into cowardice. They allow themselves, their rights to be taken away. The fear is the problem of our people. Now, I can remember vividly when I was still in the school, we were taught about the right of a citizen. And I asked my lecturer, between the right of a citizen and the right of president, which one is more powerful? He said that to me that the president is just one person and the citizen is the entire country, including the president. That the right of a citizen is more powerful than the right of a president. But the president can trample upon the right of citizens if the citizens don't know their rights. Now, when you see the suffering of the youth in our land today, I will tell you that the suffering of the youth is not from Nigeria, rather is from the youth. I am coming in the opposite of what you just said. Now, why did I say that the problem of the youth are the youth is because the youth have refused to confront their problem. The youth have refused to fight for their right. The youth are hoping for their oppressors to come and fight for them. It's like a goat being tied on the rope and they put on the tree, calling on the same rope and the tree that they tied him to come and free him, knowing fully well that the tree and the rope cannot free him. Rather, for him to for it to strangle or find a way to cut the rope so that it can move out. The youth are the people holding themselves, because these old cargos that call themselves the leaders of the contraption called Nigeria don't have the capacity to do anything. The youth are the people helping them. I will give you, for instance, the oil in the Niger Delta belongs to the Niger Delta. And the Ogoni, is it not Uji? No, Ogoni, which a place is to be clean. Is it not Ogoni? Ogoni, right? And the same people, there is that place, they are calling for Ogoni cleaning, which the government have refused. There is no, the Bayelsa state is polluted by the oil pollution. In River State, there is no infrastructure. In Delta State, there is no infrastructure. These are the oil producing states. There is no any working international airport that have license to function like the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. There is no international airport that is functioning in the southeast and the south-south, as they call themselves. There is no seaport like the Lagos seaport. There is nothing like even what is it called? The refinery in the same place that have the oil. Now, the people who's supposed to rise up to use what they have to demand what they want are busy serving the interests of the Fulanis by protecting the pipeline for the Fulanis. At the same time, crying. Who are you crying for? You are the one to say, if you cannot give me this, I will expose this pipeline for the pirates, for the bunkers. I will not protect it. That means you have risen up to make a demand. But they refuse. That is to tell you that the problem of the Ogoni today and the Jos and these people lies in their hands, and they know the solution, but they refuse to confront it. The same thing applicable to us, because in the north there is no forest, not to talk of having timbers. So automatically the timbers you are seeing here today, all of them are coming from Biafra land, which are the part of the natural resources that God used to bless us. But out of our negligence and our stupidity, we have refused to protect and take what belongs to us. We are still hoping and praying for God to come from heaven and give us this thing. So I tell you that any day the youth rise up and say enough is enough. If the king went and they called the military, they burned down the palace, and the head of king end. The military will go because there will be no king to tell them to continue. If the PG, which is the President General, build a stumbling block, my brother, there's this word they say, a river does not flow through the forest without bringing down a tree. It is a proverb in our language. Without equal to osisi. In other words, there is no civilization without men going down. People pay for it. Any day we are ready, we must die. For example, again, like the holding of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I made a program, I said that the Fulanis don't have what it takes to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Britain don't have what it takes to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The people that are still holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are the Biafrans and the Igbos. Any day we say enough is enough, the next day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be coming out. You can't be eating and dining with your enemies at the same time you want freedom. No. When there is crisis, there is a solution to stop the crisis. When there is no crisis, nobody is looking for solution, for a peace. There is already peace. You don't need a solution. When there is no peace, you look for a solution. That is why I tell our people nothing but the truth. This thing you are seeing here, the villagers they are not aware. The king is aware. The PG is aware. That is why when you come to the east today, every PG has mansions. Everything has flashy cars, because these are the people extorting their own youth. They are the slave, but the youth feel that these are our people. They don't know their right. Oh, maybe I have spent almost going to 3 hours, but because the program will end in 3 hours time. But tomorrow I will try to come on as early as I can after I close work, so that I will be treating all this topic. We have a lot to discuss, but I want to stop it here because any day the youth rise up, the military don't have the power to stop the youth. The question you will ask yourself, how many will they kill? We should stop saying, because the problem our people have is that mentality. They will kill us, so they will kill us. Then you went inside, they come to your house and kill you. If you say enough is enough, there is a way they will shoot, they will surrender. And when they surrender, the people that carry out that killing, they will be brought to justice and they will be also killed. Tomorrow, the next people will not have the mind to come and kill. But the youth have become a coward. I shed tears for the contraption called Nigerian youth. I shed tears for them. But we have come to wake them up. And we have come to do the needful. Mazi, what do you have to say so that we'll round up? I wanted to play another video, but I don't have much time. Or should I play the video? No, it's a very long video. I will analyze it.
Leave that video for tomorrow, by the grace of God. If you maybe that should be in the evening.
Exactly.
If it's possible, we can do other things. I will let you go because I've been. But let me give you something concerning this our youth. There's a lot of things we need to touch happening this youth of the things. Something we job. We need to hammer on it, and then I see what we have to get out from that situation, because it has becoming something that I don't know how to put it. You remember during the Mburumi of a level, Mburumi are becoming something that want to take over Biafra land. When people raise up, I start tying them on the tree and flog the hell out of them. People begin to show them no mercy, and that way of the thing. You can see the way it's
slowed down.
But there's a reason why that people will come. I will explain it in your next video so people will understand. We are a threat. Our existence in Nigeria is what we need to, is worth fighting for, and it's what is worth fighting for. And exactly where it started and who is responsible for those things, because these are the things we need. We are not going to shy away from saying it. Where it started and who is responsible and what they want to use it to achieve. Now, the youth is something that okay. Do you know that this youth you are saying now, the responsible of the youth to stand in one umbrella is the result of the Igbos and the PGs. Are you aware?
Yes.
Are you aware? Because when the Igbos say enough is enough, you to come in, you have to stand on your ground. Believe you me. As I tell you, I know what I'm saying. I know our problem. You remember when we were going the years back ago when we were little, when we were growing. I can remember when Anapoku youth, Anapoku meeting, when the proper Igwe, when they speak, I said, you have to go. You have to go. That's why I said, it's the responsibilities of the Igwe and the PG to set the land in the right direction. Because when they themselves refuse to take bribe from these politicians, when the Igwe refuse to take bribe, when the PG refuse to take bribe, do you think the youth will take bribe? No, the answer is no. Because when they come with all this atrocity, like this law, the Igwe will call her. You remember when we used to call her, what is it called? This Atankaya. We call it it's the youth that always come out and they tell them this is what we want you people to do today. Before you know it, the youth will carry the assignment. The Igwe has not been taking bribe. They are no longer taking bribe. But the people they have the staff of authority of the governors. They have the staff of Abuja. They change their wardrobe. They buy SUV for them. They send their children about what do you want them to say in our land. This is the problem. This is the man. When I said to you, I know the problem of my people. If they don't to these politicians, this PG and Igwe has the right to put our land in a good shape. When we call a meeting, I say, youth, come on here. This can never happen in his kingdom. Do you think that you go challenge these criminals and tell them this must not happen? Do you understand, sir? Do you think this thing will happen? It will not happen because the Igwes are being collected billions. Don't you see what is happening in Anambra between what's it called? This one is our professor.
Saludo.
Certificate. Saludo. You actually that's a professor. This one not you can't this you make it as a professor. It's a disgrace from you to come to salute the professor. Don't you see what is happening? Because the Igwes are the problem. How is the peace and people on their throne. That is why they interest left and right. These governors will never come into community. They have no right. Igwes have no power than these governors. They have more than them. But today, they knew quite very well how to destroy the Igwe is to give them, is to hold them with the stars of authority, buy SUG for them, their right. They have shown their right, because the Igwe is the one who needs to set every community in a right track. All the youth all together say, this is what I want you people to do. Do you think the youth will not do it?
Why not?
This youth, I know that they have, but somebody needs to put them in the right track. The people that has failed to put them in the right track. Now, it's me and you. And IPOB are doing the job to make sure that they hold them responsible. But you and I know, like I said, I know the problem. If this youth do not stand up now to say, well, Igwe, we need to do this. This one Igwe the whole staff of authority of them, of Professor Charles Soludo, and all these cabanas. Do you think they will call them? So the power, when the commission, the next time DSS will carry him. So what we need to do is to let these Igwes understand that we need to hold them responsible. Either the future of us, Igwe, we know that we don't have Igwe and PG. Then let us do it on our own. Then we get the youth together. It's the collective of these Igwes that we're supposed to bring our youth together. Don't you see the ones that they refuse to take their brand? Don't you see how they're chasing them? Master, thank you. Let me allow you to go and then we'll continue tomorrow.
Ndewo Chineke. Ndewo. Dalorinne. Our people must wake up. Our people must wake up. If we want to get it right, if the youth want to take if the youth want to retrieve their future from this ancient of days in the name of politicians, they should rise up. How can the timbers in your land be removed? Who are the people? Why can't you people say enough is enough? The world are busy manufacturing a lot of, they are into science and technology, and we cannot boast of anything. We are comparing the Russian military might with American military power, Chinese military power. Have you asked yourself, what is the military power of your country? What is your economic power of your country? What makes you as a vibrant Nigerian youth you call yourself? What are you producing? You are in UK, United Kingdom. You are in America. You are in Germany. You are in France. You are in Italy. You are in Belgium. You are in Switzerland. You are in Austria. You are all in Canada. You are in Dubai. Ask yourself, how do the Dubai, these people become great that make you to be proud to go there? Do they got all those things through prayer, or do they ask and work towards it? The future of the youth are at risk. And until we fight for it, a lot of you have become coward to the extent of when we tell you rise up, you will say, Mazi, come and lead. Who will lead you? That is a sign of cowardice. That is a sign of a coward. And the more you become coward, the more the government are eating you deep. Ask yourself, Nigerian debt have risen to about 38 trillion. Do you know the interest of 38 trillion will fix Nigeria as a country? Are you aware of this? Are you aware that only the interest that you use to service that debt? Obasanjo said that the future children will pay for the debt accumulated by this hunger balloon. I will not tell him what will happen, but let us see how it will go. When the time to pay this thing, if you people can take the revolution and they retrieve this country and they come back to your normal senses, the debt will be paid with the people's properties that looted it. People like Obasanjo, people like Buhari, all their properties must be seized to pay the debt, to service the debt. Every politician now should know that in the future, their children will lose everything they have today and their relative, because that will be used to pay the debt. But when will the youth rise up? Have you people not suffered enough? Have you people not seen enough? What will move you? What is that thing that will make you to rise up? Have they not pushed you people to the wall? They harvest your kidney. There is no hospital for you to treat yourself. They do all manner of evil to you. Other countries will not tolerate 1/4 of what you people are tolerating in the hands of the evil politicians. But you feel like it is your right to suffer. You feel like you are born to suffer. You are busy chasing an old man in the village. You are busy praying, die, die. You are pursuing who is already dead. My forefather's spirit die. How do you expect the spirit to die again? You have your forefathers fought the devil, and the devil did not die. Your great grandfather fought the devil did not. In as far as we believe that God liveth, the devil liveth. You can't kill the devil. If God cannot even kill the devil, and he went and killed his only son for nothing, for just nothing, or just and you think by the power of the Holy Ghost fire, you can kill the devil. That is you are demented. That is the power of deceive, misinformation. I shed tears for you people. I feel ashamed seeing you, Holy Ghost fire. Who are you firing? You now think that it is your right to die on family death. You now think that it is your right to suffer till your death. You now think that it is your right to be living in abject poverty. You now think that it is your right not to have good road. You now think it is your right not to have constant electricity. You now think it is your right not to have a good hospital. You now think that it is your right not to have good standard schools. You now think it is your right not to be productive in life. You think it is your right. From January to December to November, you fire God, your village people, they pursue you. The moment December comes, you pack your bags and you go to the village. You never ask yourself, the same village people that is pursuing from January, you reach December, you are now traveling to go and meet them. And you spend December finish, you come back, you start firing them. They did not kill you. Is that not your stupidity? The highest are you not showing how foolish you are? I will stop it here, and we will be coming tomorrow, because we have come this 2023. We have come to preach the gospel truth, and we must preach it, whether you like it or not. On this note, I say, onye pray me guide and protect every one of you. I pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I tell you people, if you are still thinking that any action you take now will consume the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is a sign of a cowardice. Stop thinking. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu life has been secured. It is only you that will bring him out. Something can happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if we keep on folding our hands, thinking if we act, they will kill him. Nobody can kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The international community are already looking. Our people are looking. The people who are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu want you to demand for his release, for him to be released. Tinubu can never release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until we demand for his release. If me that is talking to you is Tinubu, I can never release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until his people rise up and demand for his release. Do you think that those people will just release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Which sign will they give you? The action we take today will determine how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out. If we like, let us, once we hear somebody say, really, we need to take action, keep on telling us that the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the first thing we need to secure. Are you the one securing his life? By keeping mute, by keeping silent, by clapping and going out for your business? Is that how you want him to become out? Ask yourself that is watching me. If you are Nigerian government and the Nigerian government are will you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for them? You will see them that they are not serious for that. You keep demand there. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is suffering today because we have not done anything. If anyone tell you that they have done something, the person is just crazy. This 2024 is a year that I will never deceive any person. If I am wrong, I will come here and tell you I am wrong, and I am sorry if there is need for that. But with the hands we are going now, every of our actions and the activities now is keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there, is what we are saying indirectly, until we rise and fight. It's called freedom fighting, not freedom peacemaking. Freedom fighting. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the right place where he should be for Biafra to be restored. For those of you who will say, how will Biafra be restored? Why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there? How do you think that Biafra will be restored if he is not there? Is it by war? Of course, it's not by war. He is there where he's supposed to be. All our song should be referendum, 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 referendum. Biafra referendum is the key to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some of you will tell me Mazi Nnamdi Kanu life is in danger. Of course, we all know that it's in danger. Yes. If you bring him out, where will you keep him? Where will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be without his life being in danger if you come out him from where he is today? Can any of you answer me? If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out and go to his house in Afariku Ibek, are you going to bring ESN to go there to protect him? Because if you send ESN to go there, automatically you have invited Nigerian army, and the stray bullets can kill him. In other words, you cannot secure him with ESN. And I ask you again, if you release him and he go to Afaruku Ibek, will you send Nigerian army and the police to go and protect him? Our people need to use their brain before Nigerian government will use it for them. I am worried about hiding. I am not worried. Look, I am not worried who my truth will offend, but I am worried of the people I will deceive if I hide the truth and if I refuse to say the truth. The people I will destroy by not saying that the truth. The people I will deceive by not saying that truth. These are the places where I am worried of. That's why I always say the truth. Let my truth put me in trouble, but let me speak it out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can only be saved if we restore Biafra. So if you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you care about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our mission should be Biafra referendum. I keep on saying it. And if you think that what I am saying is a lie, you are open for a debate. I am over ready. An open debate. I debate as a brother, not a fight. We can never be enemy. But let us have the one-on-one debate. If you think what I'm saying is a lie, any action we take now is justifiable. Once Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out, there are some actions you will take that is not justifiable. I will tell you that and I will prove it to you if you doubt me. Okuwata. If Hamas did not kill places, some people in Israel, Israel will not have any excuse to destroy Hamas. But Israel see an opportunity to destroy Hamas because there is something. Now we have the opportunity to unleash our anger because there is something precious to us that is in the hands of the enemy. When Israel was destroying Hamas, there are some Israel that was kidnapped, Israeli that was kidnapped. And while they are destroying the Hamas, they tell them, if you want us to stop, release our people. And we see it. Had it been that Israel say, oh, if we attack Hamas now, they will not kill those people that have kidnapped. They will not slaughter them. Now let us find another means where we will not bring those people out. Then we will not strike. The anger will come down. They can succeed and bring those people and they cannot attack Hamas. The world will intervene. There will be a peacemaking. But Israel know that the life of those people, they can no longer kill them because the world are not putting eye. Now, the Israel attack, they now come on a round table, they now exchange. They bring those people because that is when you must be fighting and before you will be looking for peace. You don't need peace before you start fighting. No! That is what the Biafrans are lacking. There is no strategy. There is no people planning ahead. That is our problem. The Europeans are now making looking for passing law of 2040. We are still passing law of 1970. You see the gap? We should remove the spirit of coward. Nigeria can never kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The only way Nigeria could have done that is when they kidnapped him in Kenya, when nobody knows. Now everybody knows. Nigeria can never tell you we will kill him. It is impossible. So nobody should tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu life is in danger. That is why you are pampering all this. Those things, this 2024, don't tell me such. Anyone that don't want to have issue with me should not tell me such nonsense on my ear. You can look for some gullible one that don't know what is freedom is all about and deceive them with such news or statement. But a person like me, I'm versatile in what I am doing. Well loaded. Make researches. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, definitely Biafra restoration will be delayed again. On hand, he will be rearrested or kidnapped again before Biafra will be restored. Go and mark it somewhere. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be in prison for Biafra to be restored. 3 places a freedom fighting leader there will be before you can get your freedom. 1 is 6 feet. 2 is exile. 3 is prison. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been in exile for very long. Biafra did not come. He is now in the prison. It is better he come as from the prison than being in a grave before you start fighting. A coward died many times before they are dead. This is 2024. Don't allow your stupidity of 2021, 22, 23 to affect you this year. This is a year of asking questions. Everything that come across me this year, I will ask questions. If you don't give me a good explanation, I will put you out. Oh, okay, can bablam wine. Analete mu tanchele welam. Kuwata. You have to be standing. Stand on your feet. Don't this year, don't move me like a sheep. I am the shepherd, not a sheep. Okuwata. Omo abu the shepherd, no one. Don't come and turn me to a sheep. Mbana, abulamu watoro. Omo bu the shepherd. Ha! MAP. Udogwan. A blogger name. Every Biafrans need to step up their games. Need to rise up. The hour is now. Stop wasting time. The more you delay, the more Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go down. The more you delay, the more Mazi Nnamdi Kanu health issue go down. The more you delay, the more you reduce the life cycle of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, stop sitting in one place and telling me his life is in danger. Those nonsense should stop. Which danger? Was his life saved before he ran to SI? Was his life saved before he ran to Israel? Was his life saved before he ran to UK? Was his life saved before he ran out of UK? Or you think he don't like he just choose Kenya to go and be? You never ask yourself, why did he move out of a country where there is law? You never ask yourself this question. The world is looking for him because he is the eye opener of the world. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu carry the light of a black race. And the world is looking for him so that they will quench that light of black race. And the black race are waiting for that light to be quenched before they can start fighting. I ask you, if you start fighting in darkness, how will you detect your enemy? You need the light to fight. That is why you need to fight for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Once Biafra is restored, Africa will be totally free. I am telling you the truth. We are not known for this coward, the kind of fear in us now. I can't imagine it. Rise up, Biafrans. Let us take our destiny in our hands. On this note, I remember my humble self, MAP Ezioku Bunto, one in Biafra land. I say, Mechukwu Kikabiama, Onye Primi Henine. Guide and protect every one of you. Protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Protect our gallant men, Eastern Security Network, and protect every reasonable human being that is fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in one way or the other. God bless you all. Wake up, Nigerian youth. Your future is at risk. Your future is at risk. It's either you make it now or you die. All of you will perish. It is not your right to be living in abject poverty. It is not your right. On this note, I say, may God bless you all and bless me too. All must hail Biafra. IPOB, one family, IPOB. Until we see again, no retreat, no surrender.